Something. It get worse and worse. Let's see. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things
were
written aforetime were written for our learning.
I told Boss I was going to have him up here writing. He said, I do that? I said, no, I thought about that penmanship. He said, I'm preacher. I'm taught how to write. I said, who teach you? I said, I teach you. I remember teach you how to write. Basha writing, his hand come down like that. How many of y'all want Basha to write for me while I do this? That's what I was thinking. Everybody got the same thing. Huh? Malcolm. That's ancient of ancient. Isn't that right? That's way back now. Listen, this is Romans 15 and 4. Way back now. Oh, yeah, please. Thank you, kind sir. Romans 15 and 4. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime,
what was it written for?
Were written for our learning.
For what reason?
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
That's what we're looking for. Let me see. Let's see how this work out. We'll try to see how it work out anyway. Let's see. Yashayahu. Why my penmanship was just stroking out there so pretty like that. Hope I don't offend nobody. With a lot of folks with my dancing, very talented, skill. All right? Checking on everybody. How you doing tonight, Granville? Doing all right? He said, don't take you get in trouble but 2 times, man. He said, catch on after that. That's all right. Listen, Yeshayahu chapter 9, verse 1. Listen to the book.
Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation. When at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun.
What happened?
And the land of Naphtali. And afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the Yom.
Yeah.
Beyond Yarden, in Galilee of the nations. The that walked in darkness
did what?
Have seen a great hour.
What happened?
They that dwell in the land of the shadow of Mut.
Did what?
Upon them hath hour shined.
So now we saw what we talked about before we have a shadow. Interruption. That's right. Let's look at something at the 10th chapter. Abarim. They call it Hebrews. Abarim. And we talked about this is spelled with what? The That's right. Knowledge, resemblance, isn't that right? So the people we're looking for to take this type of information are people that resemble it. People that got knowledge, isn't that right? So how did you get knowledge? That's right. What are they going to give you to teach you? That's right. He's going to give you somebody that's a companion to him, somebody that's a friend. You know that? That's what he told us about the Methodist. He said, you are my what? What did he say? You know, a Ra is a friend too, a companion. He told me you are my companion if you do whatsoever I command you. So henceforth I don't call you a Abad. So I call you a Ra or Real. He said, because all things I heard of my office, I made them known unto you. That's what we look at with Abraham. Abraham was a friend. Abraham was a Ra. People just didn't know it. He had herds too. Isn't that right? They just didn't know it. Yeah, he was a Ra. Hello? Are we all right? Yes, sir. It was a Nabah and he was a Ra'ah. Let's see what happened. The 10th chapter of the book of Abarim, 10 and 1. Listen to the book.
The Torah.
For the Torah.
Having a shadow of 2 things to come.
Well, what?
And not the very image of the things.
Did what?
Can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continually, make the comers thereunto tamim.
For what reason?
For then would they not have ceased to be offered.
See that? He thought that was an interruption. That's what we found. We talked about when a shadow comes. We're talking about an interference or an interruption where light is more or less is processing. Can we go with that? Or wherever light is more or less directed toward. So we look at something that kind of comes in, it blocks, it becomes a blocker or interference. Now what we're trying to look at now, let's pick me up at the book of Yehukanan, chapter 1. They call it John. Yehukanan, which is Yahuwah. What is it, Akeem? Okay, I don't know my Akeem and Akeem. That's Akeem. Isn't that right? Y'all got to know this stuff. All right, Yehukanan, chapter 1 at verse 1. Listen to the book.
Barashit was the Debar.
In the beginning was the Word.
And the Debar was with Alahym.
And the Debar was with Alahym.
And the Debar was Alahym.
And the Debar was Alahym.
The same was in Barashit with Alahym.
What happened?
All things were made by him.
So all things were made by him.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
That's right. So what happened?
In him was
in
Kai.
Who?
In him was Kai.
See that? In him was Kai. And tell them what happened?
And the Kai was the Aura of Anashim.
You see that? So now you start referencing life with light. That's what we're coming to do. Now we started looking now, receiving light. Life is equivalent to light. Y'all hear that? That's what he said. He said in him was Kai, and the Kai was the light, was the Aura. That's how we know we have eternal life. We learned that from what we were structured from our Torah. With our Torah, when we were supposed to bring things, Musa was charged to call the Benin of Yasharal for everybody to bring burning oil. Because there was supposed to be a continual light. It was supposed to be a continual burning. So they understood the process when he started talking about it being light. He talked about it being, they associated the life with the light. So they also understood that process through their obedience and through their continual repetition of what he commanded them to do. They kept a relationship. What we find there is that we have shadows in our lives. Blockers, interference. These can be behaviors, these can be health, these can be people, these can be objects, they can be affection, a lot of things that come in and they'll cause an interference. And when the interference come in, you'll start lacking something. Y'all got it? When he told us in the 9th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu, he said, nevertheless, what was he saying? What the dimness? What's going to be the darkness? You know how you get darkness, right? You got to have an interruption. See, when they talked about before, when Yasharal came back and put the doors back up and they established it on one of the other malaks, when they did it, he talked about the lamps had gone out. Once the lamps gone out, then you already know other things going to happen because now you got people in darkness, kashaf. And when people walk in darkness, what do you say they have occasion of doing? Stumbling. How many of y'all walked in the dark before and tripped or hit something that primarily you would have never done had there been an aura? So you can see, no, I've done it. You walk through, sometimes you walk through walk through your house with your eyes closed because you just know right where you're going. So you hit yourself, why did I do that? Because we get comfortable. Darkness has a way of causing us to become and give us a comfort level to feel like we can still move and we can still kind of navigate our way through. But we learned that process is not true because when Yahuwah brought him out, he brought him out without aura. Hello? Don't y'all know when he said when it should come to pass at evening time, it should be, what was it? Aura. So when he brought him out, what did he do? He brought him out with light. He brought him out with the light from the Yara. So when he told us at evening time there was going to be light, we understood that. We understood the process. We talked about before, he never gave us anything we couldn't understand and see happen. He particularly set up that things will happen at a particular time that you will see even at evening time, it's light. Right? When the 23rd chapter of the book of Alahym, he said, Yahuwah is my, I shall not. He making me where? Green pasture so I can feed. He leading me where? He restored my what? My nefash. Yea, do I walk through the where? Valley of the where? And that's right, the shadow of what? What did he say he gonna do? He said, I won't Yara, no Rasha. Why? Well, if Alahym is light, what did he have at evening time? He had light at evening time. He said, I'm walking through the shadow of darkness. Can you remember, can you picture how already Kashak is? I'm walking in something that actually spirals off from it. He said, I'm walking in the shadow of Kashak. A shadow is always darker than the image. He said, I'm walking through the shadows of darkness. But yet he said, I shall feel no Rasha. Why? You know, as a Christian, what was our concept? I'm just curious, as a Christian, what was your concept that he with me though I walk through the valley of shadow? Did you ever think about a concept about that? Has anybody ever thought about that at all? Or just something just kind of roll off your head? You just say, well, that just means he with me. But then what should you have? It's darkness. You should have had all over. Hello? Let's see what he said. Pick me up and say that in the book of Zechariah. Say that Zechariah. Say that 14:1. Let me hear that first. They call it Zechariah. Zechariah. So we let a lot of antics kind of coming our way and kind of disturb us that we don't really have the confidence we need to have with them. How many of y'all afraid of darkness? Real darkness. People act like that, yeah. Depending on where you at. He said he went to Alahym, yeah, because you don't know what can come. You said you can't see when something's going to jump out at you or somebody going to grab you. You can't see where a person hiding at. So it leaves a lot open of anticipation, but you still lost with there's no real preparation. Well, he said when I went through, he said he was with me. His rod and his staff, they comforted me. Who y'all think this was for? Where did he get this from? Hello? Who you say? Hold on. I know it. I appreciate it for ratting him out too. Okay, how we doing? Okay, what was yours? Ms. Ryan, what about Ms. Ryan? I don't know why this man just came up with something. He eat that thing all quick though. He throw that thing, he like, hopefully put that thing on Hashikash. Let's see something. Ooh, ala shamut. Since I called that, let's just see how that works. Tahalim. Shamuth. What do we say this mean? And these were the names. Still for me, go figure. Shamuth. 12. Make it 12 and 6. Well, ooh, ala shamut. I think that's what I want. 13 and 23. Make it 13 and 20. We'll see. We'll work it out. They call it Exodus, and these were the names. All right, listen to the book.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th yom of the same yard, and the whole and the whole assembly of the Adah of Yasharal shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the dawn and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the basar in that layla, roast with fire, and masut lakam, and with bitter herbs. They shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with mem, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And they shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet.
And what else?
And your staff in your hand.
That's all I need. At 13:22. That's why I want the same book. Listen to the book.
He took not away the pillar of the cloud.
Back up at 19. Listen.
And Moshe took the bones of Yahusuf with him, for he had straightly Shaba the Bani of Yasharal, saying, Alahym will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you.
What happened?
And they took their journey from Sakath and encamped in Atham in the edge of Bamidbar, and Yahuwah went before them by Yom in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way.
He went by them in a pillar of cloud in the daytime. So what happened?
And by Layla in a pillar of fire.
See that? So at Layla, what would Layla be? Night. So if he had a pillar of fire, what did they have? So they understood this statement. I'm finna get you to read. At the 14th chapter of the book of Zechariah, 14:1. Listen to the book.
Behold, the Yom of Yahuwah cometh, and Thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee,
Your plunder shall be divided in the midst of you. What happened?
for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the Beth rifled, and the Nashim ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity,
Yeah.
and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city.
What we talk about a residue is? Oh? Yeah. I think the definition for residue would be a part remaining. Sometimes when you drink something, you'll see if it's like just like, how many I remember drinking the Yoo-Hoo's chocolate milk? You will have, even if you drink, you'll look in the bottom, you'll see that's called residue. Or people, well, I don't want to, get everybody been like CJ, when you smoke pipe, when you smoke the pipe, you have the residue in the bottom. I don't talk about it about person. I can say it for a live streamer, come on. So you'll have it inside. That's the residue. That means a part remaining. Got it? So now we start looking at that, so he was letting us know that there was a remnant that he was going to save. Listen.
Then shall Yahuwah go forth and fight against those nations.
See that? That's the only way you're going to make him come and fight. Something had to happen. Ain't that right? You need a reason. Listen.
As when he fought in the Yom of battle.
So I want to put them in remembrance of something. So now we're going to start to compare with something. He said, then shall Yahuwah come and fight as he fought in the Yom of battle. We seen one of our greatest feat we saw the battle was when he came and took down Mizraim. So he said he's going to come back and fight. So he had something they had to compare it with. I wasn't there, I'm not familiar with. There were groups, of our people that didn't have knowledge of the wars. There were people that didn't have the wild. We learned that when it came under time, by the time that Yahushua had moved. That's right. Who they called Joshua. By the time he had died, the book told you that there rose up another Tuladab that didn't know. There was a generation after him and after the Zakan, which what they called the elders. And that generation was not knowledgeable about the wars and different things. Those people came through, they never saw it, it never happened. So they were just prone to repeat something like they said, and you hear people saying statement, if you don't know your history, you're doing and repeat it. So what always came back to him? Everything I always knew came back to being in captivity. And also what it did for them, it gave them an opportunity to know that Yahuwah was a deliverer. You hear people say Yahuwah's a healer. You ever been sick? Well, I know, so you really don't know. When Yahuwah started making his barith, he made it first with who? Those that were there, those that knew. He said, not with your who? Why? Because they didn't know. So now we understand if that was his situation with her, he said, I didn't make it with them because they didn't know. So now we understand the saying. All of your who was that again? Benin should do what? So now what did this allow us to happen? Now you know me, and what else can happen? He'll make that. Acts of the Apostle chapter 2, verse 37. Leon, I also want you to see him looking around. Hashikash, there's some people in here watching don't answer. They're trying to see if you still in the answer. They're like, I'm watching Hashikash. He don't know all them answers like you think. Chelsea good. Is that see Chelsea? Seems like I seen her. Oh, I don't know why. Seems like I seen her miss her. I'm glad she went here, boy. Coming she night. But she sitting on her and let me dead in my eye with them wrong answer. That thing probably would have killed him. He was proud of it too, but I could tell, I said, you been studying. I tell you he was studying. Now study what I teach. And just study what I teach. Oh, you been studying. Listen to the book.
Now when they heard this, they were pricked in their law.
And did what?
Said unto Cuff
and
to the rest of the apostles.
What happened?
Anashim and Hakim.
Do what? What happened?
What shall we do?
What did they say?
Then Cuff said unto them.
Do what?
Repent.
Who?
And be immersed.
Who?
Every one of you.
In what?
In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach.
For the what?
The remission of Katah.
Listen for what?
And ye shall receive the Barak of the Ruach HaKadosh. For the Shabbat is unto you.
And to who?
Your Banim.
And to who?
All that are afar off.
Even as who?
Many as the Adon, our Alahym, shall call.
Which means all of them have to be taught of him. The only way you can make this type of statement is insinuating or establish or confirming what he said. All of your Benin going to be taught of me. That's how I make this covenant with him. See, then he came back, he made a covenant. He said, I make it with everyone that's alive here this June. So a lot of things we kind of take lightly. We don't think a lot about because Christianity really made us kind of comfortable. A lot of things gave us assumptions or we just kind of assume certain things or just accepted certain things and not knowing actually how processes actually work. A lot of things we do are not of our own will. It's not of our own will not doing. There's a lot of things that Yahushua would have done, but just to be frank, he couldn't resist his will. Hard for us to understand, huh? You can't resist his will. If he designate, dictate, determine, that's what you're going to have to do. That's why it's so important for us to be taught of it. A lot of things, I think if people actually sat down and understand, when we talk about grace, meaning what they call grace, which is kind of undeserved favor, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Nothing you could have done to get here. And he proved that when we looked at the two Benin with Yaakov and Asu, who they call Esau. He said, Yaakov, he said, Asu, I hate. You know, the book said that neither one of them had done nothing. Neither one of them boys had done that. No, Yaakov had done nothing to earn that. Can you imagine that? It wasn't that he earned something in the womb or that Asu did something to disinherit it. It would be disinherited. He said, I had already determined before they got him. And he told him what was going to happen. He said that the elder is going to serve the younger. Isn't that right? He set him up to that I'm going to favor him. We talked about before in nature. You can see with animals, you can see with plants, you can see with trees. That's sometimes you go someplace, you say, you know what? They sweeter or they better tasting because nature has favored them. Isn't that right? So now we're looking to try to set ourselves to where Alahym can favor us. That's right. That's what we're doing. We've gotten something. And when he talked about what Yasharal had found, what Abraham, he said Abraham found it. Didn't do nothing to earn it. He said then he could boast. When they sat down and when Shaul talked about it, he said Abraham found it. Didn't even earn it. Didn't even actually not to the way we did. Alahym had already established something for him. And don't even realize, sometimes we realize a lot of things we sat and do, don't even realize that thing predestinated. Yeah. We actually sit down on a predestinated will Alahym. Purpose. He purposed. Alahym purposed something before we got him. And that'll make a person appreciative. A lot of times we don't consider that because we look at, for us, we look at people like, we easily accept that on other stuff. If you see somebody real, you know what? They always got everything. They always had things. You see there's a favor toward other things and other people's talents. You might see a family that might have a particular talent. You look at what they always had it. Well, why you can't look at all that he favored us? He favored us for this opportunity of salvation. So, something that none of us could work for, something none of us could actually pick on our own, but yet he determined it for us. And there are people that he trained their ears to turn to hear this at the appointed time. At the appointed time, you hear it. When Shaul left out from them, and I think in the last chapter of the book of Romans, he had to go get Acts of the Apostle. Shaul told that he told the Yahudim that salvation was going to the Gentiles. He said, and they'll hear it. It wasn't because it said Alahym had already dictated, he had already determined. That's right, that we were going to fall. And through our fall, that they were going to enter in. Isn't that right? That's how it happened for us. Isn't that right? Through some people fall, that's how we got here. He had already determined for it to happen. I mean, I guess for some of y'all now it kind of throws you on a lot of things because you kind of look at, well, what's the purpose of working and what's the purpose? Because it's signifying your obedience or acceptance to what he gave you. But make no mistake, he set these things up for a reason. Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what happened at the Acts of the Apostle. What I got you there? Give me Acts right quick, chapter. Before you get there, give me Matthew chapter 26. (26, 24). And I'll try to hold y'all long, you who are willing. Acts of the Apostles. Matthew 26, 24. Acts of the Apostles, chapter 1, verse 19. Listen to the book.
The Ben of Ish goeth, as it is written of him, but woe unto that Ish by whom...
Back me up at verse 22. 26:22. Listen.
And they were exceeding sorrowful and began.
They're going to mean you got to bring me up a little higher. What I want, 20? 21? 26? Someone said 19? Let's see what 20 say. 26:20. Matter of fact, 17, let's say. Listen.
Now the Akad-Yum of the Muhadi of Masud Lakam, the Methodist, came to Yahusha, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Pasach? And he said, Go into the city to such a Ish, and say unto him, The Adon saith, My time is at hand. I will keep the Pasach at thy beth with my Methodists. And the Methodists did as Yahusha had appointed them, and they made ready the Pasach. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Aman, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Adon, is it I? And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
See that? He said the same one that dip his hand in the dish with me, he said the same one that going to betray me. Tell him what happened.
The ben of Ish goeth as it is written of him. But woe unto that Ish by whom the ben of Ish is betrayed.
Why?
For it had been tube for that Ish.
Better for him or good for that? He said good or better? Good?
Good.
Whatever say good? Oh, good for him or better for him. Then what happened?
If he had not been born.
Tell me what else happened.
Then Yehuda, which betrayed him, answered and said, Adon, is it I?
What happened?
He said unto him, Thou hast said. And as they were eating.
That's good. That's good. Jump down and give me about 43 of that same book. Let me see what that say. Matthew 26, about 43. Listen.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again, and Palau the third time, saying the same Dabarim. Then cometh he to his Methodists, and saith unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest.
Tell them why.
Behold, the hour is at hand, and the ben of Ish is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Zarak, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. And while he yet spake, lo, Yehuda, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the Rosh Kohanim and Zakan of the arm. Now he that betrayed him gave them a odds, saying,
He that betrayed and gave them a sign. What he saying? I don't got me Mashalih chapter 7 and verse 10. Listen.
Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he, hold him fast.
See that? That's what they're saying. The same one I should kiss, that's him. Told him to hold him fast. That bind him and make sure he don't get away. At the 7th chapter of the book of Mashalih, 7 and 10, they'll call it Proverbs. What did we say Mashalih was, Hakeem? Adage. What else? Precise, that's right. It means to be precise. Adage, not advantage. That's what we have over the other people, advantage. Isn't that right? Because what do we receive? We received the light. Yeah, we received the light. Because in him was life, and the light was the light. That's what he said about the Torah. He said it was a light. That's what gave us light. Hello? Ephesians 5:14 right quick. We'll come back. Ephesians. Ephesians 5 and 14. Listen to the book.
Wherefore he saith,
What happened?
Awake thou that sleepest,
We ain't heard it before, have we? What was he doing when he came? What were they doing when he was laying down? Huh? So we can understand this. Wherefore he said, do what?
Awake thou that sleepest,
And tell what happened.
and Zarok from the mute,
And what's going to happen?
and Mashiach shall give thee Aur.
That's going to give him light. That's what he kept trying to tell him to get up. He said, you're going to fall into temptation. You're going to fall to your testing. See then?
That ye walk circumspectly.
What do we say circumspect was? Unwilling to take risk. Now, since we heard this predetermined, since we believe that no man, no unashamed men, or no sharp women could resist their will, would it be safe for me to go ahead and just do what I want to do? Because all I could be doing what they want me to do anyway. Then I wouldn't be walking circumspect. I can't be willing to take risk. I can't be willing. Think about it, Justin. It's already preached. If I walk out here and shoot a bunch of people up, that's all I'm going to do anyway. So if I go to smoke weed, all I'm doing really, I ain't resisting his will. I'm not obeying either. See, that's the difference. You tell people, see that you walk. He talked about awake thou that sleeping, arise from the moon, and the Mashiach going to give you Kai, light. See then that you do what?
Walk circumspectly.
Who could have used this information? Who? Appreciate it, Justin. Exactly right. Adam could have used it. Because when he caused a deep sleep to fall on him. Because he told her to rise from the moot, which is from the dead. And Yahuwah was going to get him Kai, or get him Aur. He told him to sit in and he walked circumspectly. He not willing to take risk. That's what he did when he took and he ate of the tree, of the ox. He took risk. That's why we got people come in. What we do is called risk management. We come in and assess or assess the things to look at what we don't need to do, what's prevalent for salvation. So we learn to walk circumspect, just unwilling to take risks. People might invite you, people might call you to, and people might say it's okay, but when you walk circumspect, people say, you know what, you can't do nothing. Like some of y'all got miserable life because you can't do nothing. I'm not miserable. I don't have to go on no vacation. I've been with y'all. I don't have to go on no vacation. I don't go, I just got to go on vacation. And I got to come back and pay them damn bills too. I ain't going to stay there. People say, I got to go get a getaway. You know what I learned? If you fix what you got, you ain't got to run away from it. Because wherever I got to run and get away from it, ain't going to be able to come back. All right, I got a stressful job. So if I can take off for a week, I get a break. So what happened when the week over? I'm going back to stress. Wouldn't it be better for me to fix the stress I got so I can have somewhat of a vacation in everything I do? I don't know, that's me. But a lot of money made in illusions. False premises or getaways and escape, excursion. You make just a lot of money and people spending for vacation and planning around. As soon as you do that, it's like this. It's 2 years old, you right back. And then you realize nothing changed where you came from. You dumped a whole lot of money for an illusion, a false premise or something. You had to come back. You can't do the stuff you did when you get back. You got to be working. When Yahushua was here, you know what he told her? He had to work him while it was you. He ain't had time for no vacation. He said the layla will come in, and you can't work in the layla. That's why he got Adam up, because you can't do no work in the layla. So now when he got up, he would actually let him know the same thing. You hear the same thing. He would have known. Walk circumspect, unwilling to take risk. Listen.
Not as fools.
Not as who?
Fools.
So what you call Adam? Fool. He was a fool. Y'all heard he said now he's a fool, but tell him what happened.
But as wise.
And doing what?
Redeeming the time.
See that? He made good benefit out of the opportunity he had. The man just got me up, and I got to make a benefit out of what time I got left. Listen what he said.
Because the Yamim are Rasha.
So now that's information I understand, because he said because the times. Look at the times. Now listen what else he's going to tell him what's going to be important for this.
Wherefore be ye not unwise.
See, he should have told him that first. He should have told him not to be ye not therefore what?
Unwise.
Be ye not therefore unwise.
But understanding.
What the who?
What the will of the Adon is.
That's why I got to walk circumspect. So I ain't got no understanding. First thing I'm going to do, since I done heard it predestinated was determined before I got him, it's just automatic. Sit me out here and I assess and say, well, I used to have no restraint. A woman come up and just say a woman hypothetically, she come up and tell me, hey, I want to have sex with you. Couldn't be nothing but the Lord. Come on. Opportune, I can smoke weed, get drunk. Right here, I mean, it must be his will. So who gonna come up with that type of assessment? Somebody see, it's not hard. It's not hard. So you start listening to people's conversation. I thought we could drink, we can get high. What kind of people gonna have this conversation with you? I thought we have multiple wives. Fools that do what? They ain't have them for a reason. They predestinated just one here, getting here, another wrong here. You've been studying though. Let's study what I teach. It's all the same way. It's in the book. Just what we wanted right now. So now we're starting to go back and reassess and realign ourselves to look at, well, a lot of time our fault to come in. Because we hear information is dangerous if it's not properly illustrated or instructed or properly digested. That's just being honest. There are certain things that can kill you, but if it's taken properly, it can actually heal you. That's something, if it's ingested wrong, like peroxide will kill you. But if you take the right amount instructed, it can also have a benefit. So will the debar. It'll kill you. Even Moshe described as a deacon. That a man that dump these things, that's what I eat. It ain't killing me. But there's some people, they eat it, kill them. Hello? So it ain't properly ingested. So that way he told me I can't be unwise. I got to understand what the will of Alahym is. What did Shaul tell me the will of Alahym is? In all directions? He got it. I got to answer. Huh? That's it. No, we're not having that. He said, this is the will of Alahym, even your consecration. That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel. And what was it? And kabul. Not in what? Concupiscence. You said prophesy? Do y'all study together? No, I'm saying, do y'all meet up and have like little study, like little study session together? He said, Jahid, they teaching. That man don't move all the way from back down. That man's I'm not going down on this one. So now, again, as small as it seems, it's so imperative that we understand that. Just like a lot of others, when we were in the work or the will of the flesh, we worked the motions of sin, which is death. Sin, I guess, would be like a shadow of death. Because eventually you're going to get to it. You're going to get to that image. The works you do are the shadows of death, sin. This thing actually eventually is going to take you to the image. Just like when we work the will of Alahym, then we look to obtain the image, right? What's the whole working and why we sitting here to where we restrain ourselves? Because we're working for the image or the shadow? Image. We're working to get to the image. Well, when a person commit qatar, then what do you think they actually working for? What's the image? That's what he told you. He said, let no man say when I'm tempted, I'm tested. Why? He does not have the ability to do it. He said, I don't do that. He said, I don't tempt any east with it. He said, but every man is tempted when he's led away of his own. You know what they say? He set Adam up in the garden and he tempted the man with sin. He said, I don't do that. He shows you what was in his law. So what let us identify what was in his law was the or. See, once the word gave us information and described sin, qatar, and described the sadiq of what they call righteousness, then it allows us to identify. I can't see your heart or your inner working, but your outer work is going to manifest what's on the inside. It's going to manifest. And where I'm going to start to grade or start to make a decision about your action are going to be based on what the word says. It's going to be based on what the word said. He said, those that knew Alahym will and did it not, but those that knew it, that didn't know his will. I see him being you real good, so you knew better. So we look at when Adam was put out of the garden. Why? Because he didn't know exactly. So when he told him wake up, he said, now it's a fool, but it's why. What we supposed to be doing? Redeem the time. Because he said because of what was because you got to look at what's going on. And this is what he told her. And be not, what was it?
Drunk with wine.
Wherein?
Is excess.
But do
be
what?
filled with the Ruach.
That's what he told her right there. Don't be drunk with wine, wherein is excess. And that way, you gone too far. So you know what happened at that point? You were willing to take a risk. That's why he started looking at the people when they sat out and they said the man was a drunkard. He had to look at these people and told them that wisdom was justified of her beneath.
That's right.
Ain't that right? Because that means I want no bad. I already know something. You can't be drunk with wine wherein is excess. But he told me to be filled with the Ruach. The way I'm going to get filled with the Ruach, then I have to have a certain pattern of behavior. In our Torah, when they built the temple, the Makdash, well, that's, I don't know, the temple, I can't remember where, the Makdash just be a place. When they established it, when everything was according to rites and rituals that he prescribed for them, don't you know that the smoke went up and it filled the temple, it filled the Makdash, that they couldn't even stand the minister. It was symbolism to them that they had obeyed. The Alahym had came in and filled it. That's what we've been looking for. When everything is in compliance, when everything measures and lines up the way he said it, he's going to fill it just like he did before. He filled the house with the incense that they had burnt with the sacrifice. He filled it with that they couldn't even stand the minister. They were overflown. It was nothing they could do. It was beyond them even trying to and hold it or behold it until it just overtook the place. That's what we're working for now. You're trying to obtain something. And the only way you can get it, we got to go back and look at what's the rites, what's the ritual, what's the rules. And when you don't continue to manufacture to do, then you're going to be in trouble. We talked about what we're trying to get. I think that's what I'm saying. Propagate. Y'all remember that word? Don't worry about that. You don't remember that? You starting nothing now. Propagate. Look it up for them. So I can tell them what the definition is. So now you tell her what to do. Be not unwise, but understanding what the will of Alahym is. Correct? So we're going to look at Marshall Lee 7 and 10 while they look that up for me. Let me know when y'all get it. Listen to the book.
And behold,
Hold on. We got to get him on tone. Is it you or is it the mic? The battery? Okay. It's got a short in it. A lot of it because where y'all put it is in your pocket, in your back pocket, it twists all around your neck like a necklace. You got to keep that line straight so that line, because when those lines get crinks and bends in them, they'll do that over time. It'll happen. It's just, you're human. Ain't that right? So, you know what I'm saying? You start looking at how you eat. Then if you got like M&Ms in your pocket, you reach down and get them, you're going to bend up stuff. Snicker juice on your hand. They're going to slide, they're going to bend them. It's a lot of then because you don't want to. And you lick it, you tend to bite it. I mean, I wouldn't do it. For me, it'd be Qatar. I'm not accusing him of that, but I mean, I'm just starting to look at pattern of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the book.
and behold,
That did what?
there met him a Asha
With what?
with the attire of an harlot
What was she?
and subtle of lob.
See, that's subtle. Who we learn subtlety from first? The serpent. That's right. That's right. Listen what happened.
She is loud
She
and
is what?
stubborn.
You hear that? She is what?
Loud and stubborn.
Y'all don't know what happened, do you? When he told him to wake up that he had been betrayed, you didn't believe it. He could hear him. He could hear them. They were asleep. He heard them. He just told you what happened to her. He said she loud and she's stubborn. Listen what else happened.
Her regal abide not in her bed.
Her feet. Because you know when they were sitting there eating, he told them to go. The rest of them stayed there. See, all he was doing was just doing the will of Alahym. Listen what happened.
Now is she without,
And where is she at?
now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
Wow. Listen what happened.
So she caught him,
And so she did what?
caught him,
And did what?
and kissed him.
I don't know who this could be talking about. So the people that would have been there like the other 11 with him, you ain't gonna believe what happened. They were looking at the sign. Here it is, you out here in the street, you broke off from us. Then you walked up and you kissed him. Kind of remind me of a harlot. Somebody committed something new. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So their relationship and how they understood Zanuck was not just sexually. They understood it when you started becoming, when you had when you had worship of other deities. Because remember, our relationship with Alahym is equivalent to a marriage, which is intimate. Isn't that right? Which is done between the two people, the two parties. So now when you go outside of it, then you're going to be put up under some new. Isn't that right? Because that's how they understood it. They understood it from the natural way that people do it. And he also associated when they went out to other gods, other deities. He started talking about these people committing harlotry. He talked about these people committing whoredom. So they understood. Now when they seen Yehuda, who they called Judah, it only made sense. This made sense. You broke off from us. That's why the book told in the book of Yucatan, he said they went out where? But they were not what? No doubt it had been a brother, what they would have did. So why did they go out? That they were what? People didn't realize when Yucatan spoke, he spoke from experience. Listen what else happened.
So she caught him and kissed him.
With what?
And with an imprudent pani said unto him,
what happened?
I have shalom offerings.
What happened?
With me. This yom have I paid my vows.
See that? And I already took care of those stuff supposed to do. Listen.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy pani, and I have found thee.
What happened?
I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry.
And what happened?
With carved works, with fine linen of Mitzrayim.
See that? That's ain't Egyptian cotton ain't new. Listen, silk. A lot of this stuff don't come from Spain. Like everybody always putting everything on Spain. They had this stuff already in Mizraim before these Spaniards, even people we know anything about them. Fine silk and these clothes. We already had them before we met these people. Now the best clothing where these people go to Italy, go to France for shoes, all these places. You ain't gonna get no better sound than what we gonna make, except them flapjack shoes here we got. Isn't that right? I ain't even know the military had a Goodwill shoemaker. All right. One of the shoes he had to put his foot in the oven for like 20 minutes. Yeah, right. What that was you could, he said, take like shoestring. He don't know it came really had that sound on it now. Can y'all picture him with a flapjack? It covered all his foot. What did he do? Now you had to cut it through the middle, let it over. He put his foot there and then slap across like that, hook around. Then the string go all the way and it come up to his upper thigh right here. It wrap around his tie right. Then he put on his socks. He said, supposed to help him walk better. Listen to the book.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
That's how we know what they wrapped him with. That's how we know what they wrapped him with. Listen.
Come, let us take our fill of Ahab until the morning.
See that? Listen.
Let us solace ourselves with Ahab.
Listen.
For the tube Ish is not at home.
Yeah.
He is gone a long journey.
Listen.
He hath taken a bag of money with him.
And do what?
And will come home at the yom appointed.
Listen.
With her much fair speech.
What she do?
She caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips.
What she do?
She forced him.
See that? She forced him. Listen.
He goeth after her straightway.
Like a what?
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
See that? As an olive go to the slaughter. Listen.
Or as a fool to the correction of the stock.
See that? Listen.
Till a dart strike through his liver.
And what happened?
As a bird hasteth to the snare.
Mm-hmm. So it started letting you know what you said around that point right here. He was a fool. Yahushua was a fool. He knew exactly where we're going and he went anyway. Because it was written of him. Let's see what happened in that same 26th chapter of the book of Matthew. Matthew 26. Jump down about 50. Listen.
And Yahushua said unto him.
Did y'all get my definition too? Yes, sir. Okay, we'll come to that. Listen.
Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua.
What did he call him again?
Friend.
He called him friend. Why did he have to do that, y'all? Because of Daoud. Alahym, is that 50 and 10? It's a Alahym, they call it Psalm. Listen to the book.
For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle.
55 and 10 is what I want. Listen.
And Layla, they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it.
You see that? Mischief and sorrow are in the midst of it. Tell them what happens, Zion.
Rasha is in the midst
See
thereof.
that? He said evil is in the midst thereof. Alahym, they call Psalm 55 and 10. Listen what he at verse 11 or verse 12.
11.
At verse 11, listen what he told them.
Deceit and guile depart not from her streets.
See that? Listen what else happened.
For it was not an enemy that reproached me.
Tell them what happened.
Then I could have borne it.
See that? He said I could have took it. Tell them what happened.
Neither was it he that hated me,
What happened?
that did magnify himself against me.
Tell me what happened.
Then I would have hid myself from him.
Tell me what else happened.
But it was thou,
Who?
a Ish, mine equal, my guide, and mine acquaintance.
That's why he had to tell him what it was. He had to call him a Re'ah or Ra. Because otherwise the scripture been broken. See, we're looking for signs. I'm a Yehudi. I'm looking for signs. So when the man sat down and he called the man a Re'ah or a Ra, I'm looking. Because that means a friend, a companion. Well, the book already told me what was going to happen. He said it wasn't an enemy. He said it was not an enemy. He said it was a man, my equal, my guide. That's why he sent them out with authority. He sent them out to do the same things he could do. People don't even realize what happened with Adam. We got it from Adam. 126. Barashith. They call it Genesis. Barashith 126. Listen to the book.
And Alahym said, let us make Ish in our image.
You see that? Let us make Ish and who?
Our image.
What else?
After our likeness, let them have dominion over the fish of the yam, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the arats, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the arats. So Alahym created Ish in his own image.
A Ra. That's what he made. A companion. He made a man his equal. That's what he made a man his equal. He let him have. That's how we understood it. He said who will betray him. He says a man my equal, my guy. When he said the apostles out, you know what he did to them. At the 10th chapter of the book of Matthew. So 10, Matthew chapter 10. Listen, it's not a big thing to you if you don't want it to be, but you got to understand something. We seek signs. And in seeking signs, when it comes down to our amanah, which is what they're going to use or translate as faith, so the thing, hope for evidence of things unseen. These people had to go with things that correlated and connected. It's got to make sense. All these things would have reactivated that their mind. He saw it. He wanted to say, Raw. Let them know. They knew that there was a companion, a friend, a guide. And that's what they understood when he came. This would have came together for them when he went back in the 24th chapter of the book of Oriah, 24, 25. Then he said, old fools to believe that the Nabi have spoken. Ought not the Messiah had did what? And they entered well. In his caboose, so they understood it. They had to understand how this worked. Even his conversation. The fact that he didn't call this man an enemy, he said it was not an enemy. You're going to be lying if you said that. He said it was not an enemy. He said it was a man, my God, my equal. Hello? We should have looked for that. He said we went into Makdash together. So all this would have made sense when they just sat down and saw his actions and realized this man was predetermined. But the scripture already told us about it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So when these things came to pass, we knew it was Alahym. That's why when he was on the 2, the book said they that watched or they waited, they knew because they knew the scripture. That's how we get eternal kai. Well, we get kai. Kai can be life or eternal life. So when I say kai eternal, it's because I'm trying to differentiate between the two. Everybody has Kai that's living. We trying to get the Kai, the part that relates to eternal life. Y'all got it? That's going to be without interruption. Y'all got it? Without interruption. Isn't that right? Without kashal. Right? That's how we know that Alahym ever living. As long as the torch, as long as the light burning. Hello? How you think he'll take the eternal life that he has? He told you about him. He said there's no variance in me. He said not a slight turn or a drawback. He said I don't go back. He stayed the same. When the book told you we're not of them that draw back, the only person we talking is Alahym. Those Alahym that's or. He said that there is none. No, even no shadow of turning. Who do we get that from, the shadow? Wow. To Abraham, we'd have got it from Kaskiyah. He told him, he said, I know Alahym can make it go down. He said, I want to make it go back. He turned the sundial back. Alahym, I can't go back. Alahym wasn't going back. Hello? He's not. When they got to the Red Sea, what he told them to do? He said, I don't know how it works. I took the reverse side of this thing when I got it. Well, I heard a lot of us, you still got reverse. That's why you keep backing up on it. You keep doubting, disbelieving. That's why you're never going to elevate. Everything we trying to do about elevating, that's just like planes. You know they have planes that actually crash because of weight. Y'all watch the little singer girl? Who was it? Alahym, she died because she overweighted the plane. And you know what happened with a lot of us? The same thing we do, we wind up falling. Because we wind up putting too much weight. It's a weight capacity. Yeah, how is you going to elevate? It's a weight capacity. It is. It's a weight capacity. In order for you to elevate and really get where you got to go, it's the things you have to get rid of. You got to be mindful of the weight capacity. Hello? Qatar's a weight. Why you think they must say lay aside every weight? Because you saw that with Aliyah. We learned that when she died. The man kept telling her their plane ain't going to make it. That's right. He said she kept shoving stuff the same way people do. They try to be here and still kind of keep shoving the world in them. That's right. You ain't going to make it. I tell you before you do it. When the people even on the ship, Shaul tried to tell, and the captain of the ship tried to tell, the Rosh of the ship captain told folks, when they saw a disaster, those people had to start unloading the ship. They looked at this weight. So when we start talking about laying aside every weight and the Qatar, that's so easily, come on, you know what's going to happen with this much weight on you fall. It's going to be a problem. We're trying to elevate. When the book comes, the book said the Mut and Alahym is going to do what? They ain't going to have no weight on them. You got to lay aside every weight. When you start talking about dying to the flesh, you understand that from the natural move. Start dying to your will or dying to the will of other people. Understand from the move. You got to separate yourself from things. In order for you to actually obtain what we're trying to get, y'all just don't realize you can't keep hold on everything you got. What happened to them? We were talking. We talk a lot. Hey, we mess around. We got things internal. We do. We understand. We say it. And a lot of times people don't realize. And he was saying, and he repeats that. He said, you can't just get in and ain't going and nothing. He said, you think about all these people head been cut off, and you just gonna get in and you gonna keep what you got? It don't make sense. A lot of the people that went before, we look at them and call it martyrs. Okay? A martyr is somebody that died for a particular cause. That's what a martyr is. So you look at like Stephen, who they call Stephen. The book said they stoned Stephen. What was he doing again?
Calling on Alahym.
He was calling on Alahym. So you know what that made him? He was a martyr. He already had antagonized and aggravated people with what he had spoke to him. And now he said he had the nerve to still call on him. So he was a martyr. He died for a particular cause. And that's what we try. And then Shaul, when he came back for his testimony, we talked about how mad he was. He said, and when they stoned his martyr Stephen, he said, the men, the witnesses, they laid their coat at my feet. He said, I consented to his move. That thing came back to trouble him. It troubled that man. That man came back. He let all the things he did, it troubled him and moved him. He was chosen for a particular purpose. We told Ananias to come. He said, go that way. What was he again? He had already picked him. He said, a chosen vessel on me to bear my name, to bear my shem. If this man learned what's right, this man understand you can't move him from him. The problem we got with a lot of y'all are compromised. That's the biggest problem we got with our people. We'll compromise in order to fit. You know it ain't right, but you'll do it anyway. It don't make sense to pray. I ain't gonna pray on no marijuana. I ain't gonna pray on no drink. I ain't gonna pray over no another woman. I ain't gonna pray over telling no lies. It don't make no sense. Just don't even do it. I'm supposed to walk circumspect. If you're actually going to be saved, folks, don't y'all know it's some things you got to give up, you got to walk away from? We said, and I guess people got their good days to where you'll do it or you'll feel like then you got your other time when you're going to try to rationalize it. And because you disbelieve. That's why the people didn't make it in. He said because that's right. Well, I don't know what the word be for the un part of Aman. That's right. They didn't Aman. They didn't believe. I don't want to come along and repeat the same process. What did we say the definition to propagate was? You said
Cause to multiply.
The cause to do what?
To cause to multiply.
How we do that? What does it tell us?
It's from Latin. Past participle.
That's all it told us, the cause to multiply.
That's the look up the Google. Read specimens of a plant or animal by natural processes from the parent stock.
Or the parent root. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to process something by a natural process, by the parent root. So we're going to go back and look at Abraham as being the parent root. You see, they even have enough sense, even they're trying to use the parent because the parents formulate the children, right? They even have enough sense to look at. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to process a plant. We're trying to process an animal because you were sheep going astray. Huh? Goodness. Every tree that bringeth forth good fruit, he pruned it, and when it don't, he talked about how he cut where he said the good ones he purged it so it could bring forth more, but the one, the corrupt one, he take those and he burn those up. So what we have to do, we got to go back and start looking at the parent root. We go back and look at the parent root, we're looking Barashi in the beginning. When he saw when he made every arts, what did he say about it? Two, and very two. So then if I'm supposed to be a tree, what I need to start looking at? I got to start going back and propagate. I got to start looking to go back and trying to make sure I'm connected and creating a natural process from the parent root. Hello? Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's bad that these people got better understanding. We're doing their Webster dictionaries. That these people sit here and they catch on and they understand this. This is what we got to do. We got to start going back. What did he dictate to be true? What did he dictate to be right? What did he dictate to be acceptable? Then that's what I have to do in order for me to receive and the end to end. My only working here is two things: to be received and the end to end.
Yeah.
Hello? I press my way and do what I do because I'm looking for this to work toward me entering in. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I got people that went and they halted to make it into Kai. I got people that went before me, and these people cut away from things or separate themselves from things. And I'm trying to obtain the same reward. I don't say that's going to work if I hadn't gone through the same process. Coming back to everything he dictated, he said was two. That's what I'm trying to mimic. I'm trying to produce more fruit. I'm trying to become more abundant. Hello? Yeah. Then I got to understand the process. Yeah. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You know what's going to hurt you? Attitude about Alahym had to be consistent, whether with or without. It got to be consistent, whether healthy or sick, whether richer or poor, whether it's better or it get worse. Attitude got to be the same. It does. You can't be. I mean, I don't know. Anybody can serve him. Anybody can do what he wants if they got what they want.
Right.
Anybody, or they feel they best. They can do better, but Alahym is calling us to be consistent. He just calling for us to be consistent. Y'all got me? Alahym calling for us to be consistent in what we're doing. Y'all have you got your times and you got your highs and your lows. That's natural for the person, but that shouldn't. I don't ever want that to come in and change how I serve. I used to. I ain't gonna lie. I had that. I had that. Depending on how things went, it was going to dictate just how much I was going to actually focus toward them at that time. Because what I was going to go through or what I was going through or what I didn't have was going to weigh more on me. Then you learn. You learn regardless with or without. You know, like EU did. He took off all his clothes and said, naked he came into the rocks, Ara, and he said, and Ara he was going to leave. He said, Alahym did what? He baraka. And he said, Alahym give it. That's what he said. Alahym give it. Alahym take it away. Then he said, Barak be the Shema Alahym. How much really got a mind? Like, you ought to raise your hand. I don't want you to tell a lie. How much really got a mind to be, just totally sold that point? You know, really what happened with Christianity, it only looks though as you just look at them people. Those people were special in. You got the same word these people got.
That's right.
If he the same Alahym and he changed not, he told you that there's no shadow. I don't think he said there's been no interruption. I've never changed. Everything required, he said, I have not changed. He said, why you think I haven't been consumed? He said, I changed not. I'm still requiring the same thing. We'll finish looking at this, so just kind of see how some of that work out. But I really desire we did have more of a heart for him and more of a love for him than we do with things out him. Truth to matter, I do a lot of stuff. And I can make a lot of money. I really can. But a lot of stuff I look at and I do, and I tell my boys, I tell them a lot of stuff I do. Honestly, I do for this a dog. Because I know a lot of y'all ain't strong. You can't take it. If something don't work out for you, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill everything you believe in. It's going to kill everything you're supposed to trust them for. It's going to kill you. And that's a lot. There's a lot of stuff I do. I say, you know what, let me do it this way. I do it this way. I said, if it help the people, if they can just get a break, they can just see and work for them. And if bad, you got to see and work in things, and you can't see and work in you. See, where I'm at with Alahym ain't because of things, it's because what I see them doing me. When I told you where my conversation, my behavior used to be, and I had absolutely no control or no real strength to stop or break away from it, and he gave me that. I got confidence in him. Everything else is just a word. I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff. People don't, I do a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff I do really, it's more for y'all than it for me. I don't ask him for stuff for me. I ask him for y'all. I heard, because I know for a lot of y'all, I see some of y'all face, you just see just hopelessly, just despair, just doubt. Man, it's like, you want, until he work for you and you give him opportunity to work for you, then you'll realize these things don't dictate my relationship with Alahym. I did one time because Christian folk tell you, if you love the Lord, you paying your tithe. Folks say, you paying your tithe, sister? Because that's why God is more than just paying your tithe. It's a lifestyle. It's a continuous. It's a relationship. It's a commitment in spite of, but most of all, because of. That's what keep me. That's what keep me. When I go through stuff, I don't deal. I just don't do it. It'd be almost like it'd be tough for me to ask him. Cause I say, you know what? I ought to be able to take that. I'd be able to take that. When Yahushua was on the tube, he did deal with his own struggle. Because you flesh, you do have your own struggle. He had stuff he wanted for himself, but what he did was more for you than it was for him. He gave up a lot to come down that you had this opportunity to get what you're getting now. To break away from a lot of stupidity of stuff we've done. We're in bad shape the way we believe the stuff we've done. And now he done brought us into consciousness to sit down and really kind of get an understanding of what we're doing now. Really get some footing so we know what we're doing. I don't want to mess that up. My biggest thing was, I'm not worried about trying to get rich. I'm not worried about trying to have a whole bunch of stuff. I got enough stuff. I just want to make sure my relationship right. Whatever, I don't know what he's going to test me on to really solidify it before I get out of him. I don't know. I just want to be ready. So when I go and I read, I want to understand what I'm reading. I want to be able to process it based upon previous things. You think about it. He said, come to pass at evening time, it should be light. First of all, if it's light, it ain't evening. They didn't even think about that. Think about it. How is it light if it's evening? Then it still got to be noon. But what about in the midst of Kashaf, I put Or? Well, I come and give you the way. You know what? You don't never find yourself in darkness. You don't ever find yourself without. But a lot of us, we keep getting these interruptions when or is trying to make it way. And don't you know that's how darkness work? And people that work in darkness work, they're going to try to come and they're going to try to bring an intent. They're going to try to come in. They're going to try to get you off. Why you think in the book of Mark, the first chapter, verse 10, he said, if sinners entice, they do what? If they say, come, go with us, let us wait, lurk for innocent blood. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. They're trying to disrupt you. And y'all don't realize a lot of times, that's a lot of time what people try to do. They're trying to disrupt you. When Malcolm Young was up on the wall, why do you think he didn't come down? What was he doing? What he couldn't do? He didn't want no interruption. Uninterrupted. A lot of, how many of y'all like TV show without interruption? Sometimes, you remember years ago, now, a lot of y'all young, when we had the regular TV, And you had to eat all them commercials. Commercial carry TV. And you want to watch them. The commercial was good then. It wasn't gay. Now everything's about gay. The commercial they were commercial. That's all. They were just commercial. Household goods, spick and span, Lysol, the stuff like how to clean your house up or aim toothpaste. I said, I want that junk right there. You want to wear that junk? How many of that toothpaste come in and curl? Why mine in there? I said, why mine? Them white folks, and then they hit their teeth like that one time. They done. You like, damn, how they do that? You be like, I need to get some of that too. They got your mind looking at it. Actually did it. It was very little work. But you don't look at what it actually takes in order to get you to where you got to be. Y'all got it. And what we wanted when time came, uninterrupted. You find something said uninterrupted. Nothing comes in and stop it. Then we understood. That means it was continual. That's what we look for when Yahuwah's debar come, uninterrupted. Don't you know when it comes, like you already think about stuff. What you got to do, what you didn't get finished, what you're trying to do, what you got to do when Shabbat over with, then what you got to do all this week. I can't work Monday. You got so many things. It's going to be different interruptions that's going to come. There's going to be stuff about you ain't settled on and you ain't sure about too. There's a lot. Don't you know these are disruptions? These are things that are going to come in and try to hinder you and try to stop it from getting in. When Yahushua said out, he talked with the Methodist, he taught them about sowing. What was that again? Seeds. And he told them what some fell. Some fell on two. He said some fell on stone. And he said some fell, what was it again? Among thorns. Now who you can relate that to? Adam. He told him when he put him out. He said thorns and thistles. That's where he fell, right out in thorns and thistles. You know what happened there? That wasn't nothing but pricking. Things wound up pricking. It wound up being a lot of suffering. A lot of aggravation happened out here for him. So he started letting you know how things will come and things will happen. So in order for the ones that actually grew and did what they're supposed to, were those that fell in a good place. So when a man throwing a wet seed get to dictate where it's going. Can you imagine that? How many of y'all throw seed? Or you throw, sometimes they throw feed. You throw down, some of them get where some get and some of them get left out. They run to it by the time they try to go to one seed and run. Oh no, run right quick and pick it up. Then I'm going to look at it. I didn't get nothing. That's just the way it falls. So he started letting you look at how things come. Even in the book of Kahalah, he said the race is not given to nor the battle, neither riches to men or who that were, understanding. But what was that again? Happened to them all. You beat me because you were faster than me. He said, I have a time and chance. You said, who can fix it? Well, I can be faster than you. Ain't that right? You can run faster. You know, people. You know what was a famous story? The tortoise and the hare. The hare took for granted how fast he was and felt he had so much time to procrastinate till he wound up losing the race. And you know he was swifter, but he still didn't win. So Mr. Yahuwah let us start realizing a lot of times you start counting yourself out and counting other people in. He said that's just time and chance, son. Time and chance. Can you understand that? So then we just look at, now I have to look at the fact that he favored me for this. Something I couldn't work for. All the stuff I mama and grandma about through a process of my life, feeling like he didn't do, and he let me down, and he gave everybody else. Never knew he favored me for this. It made me come out to feel ashamed to it and make me work well. So you know what? I consider now. I consider now and I consider my servitude. Because I realize it's not something I could have done myself. It's just that he favored me. Then I don't want to be ignorant to what his will is. He didn't favor me to come and do what I want. He favored me, so I want you to know my will. Hello? It could have been somebody else and not you. And every one of these two little dogs coming on, it's always somebody else. He just saw fit this time it was you. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I done seen people out there going to Shabbat and they going, people doing it, people just going. I know some people, they only regard Sunday or Saturday. They just go. Listen, they go on vacation, they do trips, they do stuff. You just think about yourself. Man, if I had that mind, I could just go and I ain't even know it was wrong. And I'm just going. These people don't even know it's wrong, they just going. What if he gave me that mindset? It ain't wrong. You can just go. And then he leave me out there and I get caught. But he saw fit for whatever reason it was for me to know I can't do it. And Balaam told Balak, if Balak would give me a house full of silver and gold, I can't go beyond the bar Alahym to do less or do more. You know what he was trying to tell her then? Who can resist his will? He said he can do less or more. Hello? Do we consider? Do we consider? Do y'all think? How many of y'all really don't think about where you're going when you die? How many of y'all don't want to think about stuff like that? So I'm to believe all of you people think about where you're going when you leave him. It's tight. Because then I should see a different behavior. That should be a different commitment. It should be a different commitment. When you really get yourself consistent, really concerned about where you're going to spend the rest of your eternal life. Can you imagine sitting somewhere and you burning forever? Because he told me not to be unwise, but understand what the will of him is. I don't want to take a chance to go down there and see. So I'm working it out now on this side to make sure I'm right. I'm making sure there's no defects. I want to make sure I got this thing just like Alahym gave it to me. And there's some other stuff out here that I could use, but as Daoud said, I hadn't yet proved them. Oh, it's some other, don't tell me swords don't. Y'all don't think sword and body armor work? How many of y'all don't think it work? It do work, but Daoud said he hadn't proved it. He said I hadn't tested it. And you know what he didn't do after he got through fighting Goliath? Go and pick it up and try it out so that way he'll have some other stuff in his repertoire. He went with what worked. That's right. That's what I'm going with. I want to go with what worked. One opportunity, one chance we got to go through, and I can't spread this enough to y'all. You can't afford to be wrong. Yeah. He would tell us all the time, I say something he would say it. He would say, what that is, preacher? He said, what did he say? He said, hold on, y'all. He said, y'all guys have no idea what I do for y'all. He would say, y'all guys, y'all don't know what I do for y'all, do you? He said, preacher can't be wrong. So then he'll go ahead and say it. He'll go ahead and say it with Wade. I said, Hayward, did you say it, Hayward? I said, well, you got 5 seconds, Hayward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hayward said, what I said, preacher? What I said? Hayward said, they don't have no idea what I do for them, so he can get in. And saying that, it's inhuman when we say that. But with us, do we consider what this man actually did? Listen, this thing that we doing this in a pretense, just having fun among us. The fact that he willing to go here and take some he didn't even do. Take a statement and be blamed on him that he didn't even say. Do you know that Yahushua had said that he was going to tear down that building they had and build it in 3 years? Mean? What you say? He didn't say that. Exactly right. He never said that. When they went and they were showing the building, he told him, he said, you can take this building. He said, and destroy it. He said, in 3 years, I'll build it back. That's right. They said they had been 40-some years renting it up. And so the man said he's going to do it in 3 days. The book said he was talking about the temple of his body. He had to eat that. You know, he never did come back. And you know, when he went to court, he could have told them people that. You know, he could have saved a whole lot of time and just by telling them people said, I was not talking about that building. He had to eat it. You know what? They have no idea what that man did for us. Y'all have no idea what that man did for us. This man had to suffer a lot of things, but that all worked to them doing what he needed them to do, to kill him. Because had he actually said what they said he said, that man should die. So he did that just for us. What are you willing to do to come back and compensate him for his loss? Hello? What are you willing to do to compensate him for loss? You know, people go to court for that. So like right now, you've been hit, struck by somebody. Lost a vehicle, pain. You know, legally, they got to put you back. Yahushua lost what he had too. Y'all know when he come back and Yahuwah sat down and he set up court, you do know he got to be compensated. Hello? So he shouldn't get nothing for that? He shouldn't be put back? Man, it's tight, man. Y'all got Torah, man, to do business what y'all doing. Don't y'all know if hypothetically we use Santa because she can just pop baby like that, just use it for example. Like, God, she got rabbit in her blood. I remember he said he saw it at the mall, he said she did like that and she'll walk a little bit hot. But that's their personal business. Live streaming ain't on. So anyway, Hypothetically, she had popped rabbit and I bumped her and struck her and she lost the baby. You know, the same thing got to happen too. That's that book. It got to happen. They went without, they lost, and I got to suffer for that. Y'all know Maureen lost her baby in that struggle out there. Hello? Well, y'all tour come back, then you going to have to lose yours too. Hello? Y'all think y'all had to suffer for that? You don't think you got to come back, you got to be recompensed for what you done? Y'all have no idea how he set y'all up, did you? It's interesting. Maybe let me show y'all tomorrow, just show y'all something. I showed it to you today. They won't take it anyway. They won't believe it. You don't know he set you up. You just don't know it, though. He set you up a lot. You know, I just sat back, I kind of watched and just looked. Because I think we take a lot of stuff for granted. We don't consider how prevalent the law really is, the Torah is for, how things work. He tried to show you how this thing going to work. That's why he tried to tell y'all, folks. He said, I don't know why you thought I came to destroy the Torah. He said, I never did that. He said, I came to fulfill it. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Hand for hand and foot for foot, rail for rail. He's not taking that away. That man going to come back and everything that happened to us, he going to make it happen to them. Everything that happened to them, he going to make it happen to them. When he come back, the book said all of them that pierced, and what were they going to do? What they going to do what? Tell me again. Wail. What is wail? Sigh out? Cry out? What? I'm trying to think, what was he doing on that too? Must be your Torah. Must be your Torah. He going to make them cry out. He going to make you cry out. He said he got to. That's Torah. That's why it wouldn't make sense to believe that he got rid of nothing. It wouldn't make sense. Like the people try to get out of stuff, and people always trying to get around stuff like us taking up tithe because we shouldn't be taking it. But I don't know where they get it from. Because he taught us this before we even got in the land too. Did y'all know that? He taught us about taking up tithe before we got there. And he told us, and if the place be too far, how many of y'all can walk to Jerusalem? Why not? You know what I want you to do with your tithe, brother? Turn it into money. Oh, the book said. He told me to take it. He turned the money. Oh, you can go take it whatever you got it. He said, but he already saw that coming, didn't he? He said, the place too far. Can you go walk there? How many of y'all can ride a bike over there or a car? So I take my tithe, I turn into money. That book. That's what he told me to do, take a turn into money. People spend time trying to get out of something. I ain't trying to get out of nothing, y'all. I'm trying to get in. That's right. Majority of my life was spent getting out of stuff. Trying to sneak around stuff, trying to beat folk, trying to live a lie, trying to fall pretend, trying to be more than what I was. That's a hard break. That was hard to break it. People trying to break using drugs. Or people fighting homosexuality. You know what? A lot of times we take a lot of things lightly. But your struggles are just as real as yours. Other people trying to overcome addictions. Because that's what it is, to make you attracted, living a lie, so people didn't know you were vulnerable. That took a lot. Just saying you be honest even about yourself, just stuff you just don't, like I said, some stuff you don't talk about. It's some stuff you don't let people know, that you're actually vulnerable, that you actually hurt, you're offended, that you care. So you live a lie and you build up a premise or a fake wall around you the whole time of protection, and you're not protected. You just isolated. You isolated from help. That's the whole thing. Come here, admitting. Even Yahuwah told her when it came down, us coming to him. He told her, only admit you did wrong. I want to get up and confess. How hard was it for a lot of y'all to get up here and confess things you done that you kept and you never told nobody? That was stuff I didn't tell nobody. It wasn't your business. I didn't think that was your business. They told me you got to confess it. That's between you and the Lord. That's what they said, between you and the Lord. But he wanted Yahshua to get him and confess it. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be for shame so you don't go back to it. Everything you got him, you confess. That's supposed to be things you don't go back to do. Hello? Why you think a lot of us prone and we go back? Because a lot of y'all still ain't, what Sarah said. I did that. Seriously? That my confession, what Sarah did? And I could have she could have named out about 30 things. So it's open, whatever y'all think, whatever you took. That's what I did. Pretty much what she did, same thing. I mean, y'all pray my strength. That's my confession. No, you got to confess it. You got to tell it. People got to see you and watch you. Ain't that right? And see if you actually change. That takes something. You know, the stuff we done, it hadn't been realistic. That's why a lot of y'all really don't change. That's why you really have no growth. That's why you still the same person you are, and you know you're miserable in yourself. How many of y'all honestly content with yourself? Don't raise your hand, you're not. Don't be sitting around lying. Then you got to ask yourself, why not? What are you doing the reason you don't have contentment? What are you doing that you're struggling with that you don't need to struggle with, you need to just break away from, you need to do? So like, all y'all who talk, well, how long you going to hop between two opinions? You can laugh, but you can't laugh for so long. You ain't going to play for so long. You got to be real with yourself. Listen, I can go home, I can lay with myself, I can say, I'm comfortable with me. I don't have to, it does not take a lot. I don't need no big meal. I don't need a whole lot of stuff. I can eat some simple stuff. Morning I said, make me some oatmeal. I get locked on something. I don't need a whole lot like people do. It just don't mean, I looked at a lot of stuff I used to need and get it because really it kind of helped cover up the person I was. I'm being honest. It did. It kind of more or less helped cover the person I was so I could look like something I wasn't. I didn't feel like the stuff I had. I look good with it. It looked good with me too. But I wasn't content with the person I was. It takes something to be real with yourself. And that's why I want to get y'all to. That's where it started. When you're going to be saved, you got to be real with yourself. When that book comes, that book told you to examine yourself. So you can see whether you're being the arm or not. When you examine yourself, what's holding you? What's keeping you from doing it? When the eunuch was taught who didn't know, when Philip joined himself to the chair, he said, do you understand what you're reading? He said, how can I accept something? It should guide me. And he started at that same scripture and he preached to him Yahushua. When he came, he sounded like my end. He asked him, what hindered me? Because he looked at, I'm listening to what you're saying. I know what I'm living. What's stopping me or preventing me? What's interrupting me from doing this? What's the interruption that's keeping you from doing what you need to do so you can be satisfied with yourself? Wherever you at. Whatever you got. Some of y'all going to be better satisfied with yourself once you do and once you get. Then it's still a problem. I've done that. Once you get to a certain place, then you can be satisfied with yourself. I ain't saying satisfied with everything you have. You know what I'm saying? You might want more. That's not a problem. But I'm talking about you got to be comfortable with yourself. This is what this whole thing started with. Because right now when you're getting taught and what you're hearing, there's some blockers. What's your anticipation? If you're not, let me say something. The book said, if we condemn ourselves, who is that? Now, if I'm not good with me, is Alahym pleased with me? Because I know me, I live with me. So these are problems you guys, these are questions you need to be looking at, you need to answer, you need to make some corrections on. If you're not satisfied with you know what you're doing. He knows. Then what corrective measure do we need to make? The man said, when a man ways his derop, when they please Alahym, he able to make, what was that again? Enemies. He said he can make them be a shalom with them. Mr. Yahuwah can give you some contentment that you need. I don't get a whole lot of sleep at night, but I get sufficient. One thing I don't get is I don't get a lot of sleep called that stuff I be doing. Have me toss all night there. How I'm indecisive about him. I don't get, that's not why I don't get a whole lot of sleep because a lot of times, anytime when I get up, if I jet pull out, when my eyes come back and I come back to consciousness, even if I come, my eye don't open, I'm going to be palauing. I'm going to be palauing. I'm trying to establish a relationship. When the adult asks me to palau for them, I make sure when I do, I ain't got to start with before. I need you to forgive me first for what I've been doing. First, I want to, I know some stuff where I need to be and I'm not there. When people ask me to palau for them, I had to be instant. So I got to make sure I'm right and I got a relationship. I keep a relationship with him. When I ask him for something, he know ain't nobody just asking. He know I ain't just middle of the wheel. I know for something that ain't important, I want to keep that kind of relationship with him. When I put it on the table, then I ask him, I want confidence with it. He know he don't ask unless. When he asks, it's something serious. That's how I try to keep it. And I try to make sure it's always about the people. That's it. Y'all all right? I look to get results when I palau. What about you? Hello? That's how I look to get results. I ain't nobody just trying to be beat no air. When I pull out, I look for Alahym to answer. When I ask him in confidence, that I trust him. However you move, however you work, I'm not moving. Just like we went, how you were in, I said, that's how I like to see it. However he moved, listen, we ain't gonna always, when we pull out, we ain't gonna always come out on the victory side. Yes, sir. Listen, I set myself either way it go. I still ain't gonna move. When he told the three Aubrey young men, they said, if he don't, so they knew it might not be his will. They ain't say, oh, I ain't worried about it. Start pouring gas on themselves. I already know I can't burn. They had confidence what Alahym would do. Because you know what they had to look at? They had to look at somebody like Lut. That boy didn't know nothing. That boy didn't know nothing about walking around in no fire. Don't be stupid. We ain't even had nobody pass through no fire. We don't do no stuff like that. But they knew that Alahym delivered Lut. He got him out. He said he don't deliver. I know he ain't with me. Keep us from even going in. He let them know, I'll keep you while you in. We got to see another side. We knew that Alahym could come and he could deliver you out. He said, but I'll show you, I'll give you deliverance while you in. Hello? See that? Hypothetically, if something I got to go through and it's painful, I could allow Alahym before and ask Alahym to not allow that to happen, the pain, to change the course of what should happen. But if he don't, I ask Alahym and I trust Alahym to give me the strength to be able to bear it. Give me the ability to stand. That's the best I can do. Then I get to test him. He done told a lot of things. I need to know he'll do it. I need to know he'll do it. Listen, it's nothing to stop and lay down. It takes something to get him and say, I need to see you do this. As far as you let me go, I'll go with you. I'm going to trust you on it. To go through it. I said, just give me a no to do what I need to do. I want to keep that relationship because I know everybody. It's like ones on people. People crying, people beg, people asking for stuff. It's just senseless shit. And this stuff got him 400 years old. They plan, please, Lord Jesus, don't let them die. 400 some years old. They ain't got to go nowhere. At certain points in your career, don't y'all know you got to stop always asking something for stay and ask for strength for it when it go.
That's right.
I'm just, man, it's just something, just a course of life. I look at me and my wife, we went to the doctor today. Everybody in there was older than me. My wife, other four husband, other four wives. One man got this, I watched them guys coming out, all of them was sitting out here, our wives. I said, yeah, got our other mamas, huh? I said, we all men that somehow we break down and you want your wife to be there, your mama. One of them got to be there to help you. Like, I ain't strong, I'm not strong enough, but you need to have them there with you. I just looked and seen the age if I said, this is what happens when you get old. You go to doctor appointments together. You said, because you know your life changing. Things changing. There was a time in my life, I'll just be honest, that was something we weren't doing. You know what I'm saying? When you're young, you don't consider. I watched these four old and gone, the wife with the husband. She looked like both of them could have held each side of that walker. Man, while they were bow-legged and not needing one leg in the front, the other coming, I said, shit, she in no better shape than he is. He had a pitch bag, had it tied around his leg, mishearing the information from the lady. I said, bad right here. But it happened over time. You don't start out that way. So I said, you got to start processing your mind that we leaving him. Then I had to set myself and say, however this go, I want to make sure I'm settled enough with you that something don't come and break my relationship. I don't need no shadow. I don't need no shadow. A lot of y'all people don't realize, a lot of us, when that shadow comes, it gonna kill us. It gonna kill it. It's like some plant, some grass. If shade get and stay too long, it'll kill it. You know, they got some grass you'll put in your yard that shade don't kill it. It can still flourish when it's even being blocked. That's the type of people we have to propagate. We have to go back to a parent root, a parent source to where even when shade come, darkness, we can still prosper. We can still become more bountiful. And a lot of times we don't look at it. Things are going to happen, going to come in your life, so you make preparation. Sick days going to come. Then I got to be able to set myself up. It's going to be some days they ain't going to have as much money as I'm going to have, so I put some aside. Isn't that right? It's things you do to your car, get a spare. You know eventually you got to get some more. It's things you start putting up for, you know, in life, things happen. Then why I'm not putting up something when it comes down to my relationship? Don't I know that me or my wife going to leave eventually? Then I got to start making reservation, making preparation. that when that time comes, my relation is solidified with him. I realize coming through here, I ain't gonna keep everything I got, and a lot of things you got is a snare. That's why a lot of people, he don't give everything. So I used to look and say, man, how do people get all that? Some people he give it to them because he gonna get it from them later. Some people he give it to them, he know this gonna kill you later when I move it. So I try to keep a relationship with him no matter what I got. I don't want that to affect the relationship I got with you. I don't want this to interrupt or disrupt me making sure the plan of salvation has got to be key and it's got to be prominent in my life. I don't think a lot of y'all consider what I say though. If you did, Alahym will give you understanding in all things. You know, there's a lot of folks have walked out with spouses and other people and done that. You got to die for yourself. Everybody here got to move for yourself. I can't move for you and you can't move for me. I got to be good with my relationship. I got to make sure that what I aman and what my amanah is, it's got to line up with that book. That's the only confidence I got. I don't want to leave here with something that, you know, I just kind of feel and hope. No, I want to make sure I see it. I want to make sure I understand it. I want to make sure that I'm parallel with it. And a lot of y'all, I don't think y'all consistent like that. And you just kind of been going, you just been doing, and then when your test come, when he come, you falter and you faint on a lot of end. And he let you see that, so you start making reservations, start looking at, I got to change the way my relationship is. Don't y'all know this man turn and point himself against you, your whole world can come apart. Y'all just don't realize how, that man unravel your whole world in an instant. I remember, they don't mind me using, Dan don't mind me using his rabbit or wife. You remember when Santa had that accident? We had to go up there. And what did you think how your whole world could just unravel how it could have went? Did you start putting in your mind what you're going to have to do if it went some other way? In an instant, something can happen in your life. Listen, everything you got is just unfold and change. You realize and show you really don't have stuff together like you think. You make all the preparation you want. Ain't nothing like real time. At people that go to gun range and go in their house and their house get broken, they still get killed. Ain't nothing like real time. Well, Alahym come and take from you, Alahym come and get from you, or put you in a situation, he unravel your whole life right there in your face, and you can't stop it. That's what you think you was sitting looking at how your life, you just got, we was in here giving Zamar, when you performing? Who was performing? I was performing. Yeah, I was on that thing. Come on over, I think it was, wasn't it? What it was? Come on over. So, okay, someone went here. Some of y'all went here. What y'all remember watching on YouTube? Exactly. But just trying, y'all don't realize Alahym will pick you for a situation. You don't get in your mind you can't move because it's Shabbat. Or it's Wednesday night service. You don't know what schedule Mr. Yahuwah got you on, or somebody in your family that you might be near and dear to. So you got to have a relationship that whatever comes, you can stand. That's right. I remember when I sat with Val told me we sat down that couch together, got that old flimsy clergy man up there. I didn't want to let that joker pray for me. I wouldn't let him do nothing for me. He looked too flimsy in the eyes. But then the fact she said, no matter how they go, she said, I ain't going nowhere. She said, it don't matter. She said, if he take him, she said, I'm gonna be right here. I ain't going nowhere. That's how you gotta be settled. See, you'll get tested. See, a lot of times you don't know. Like a lot of we feel good about things. You can feel good about it until you actually get tested, put in that situation. See where do you stand. It'd be for the first thing they start putting away. Whatever I gotta do, I'll do it. I'll leave. I'll go. Whatever. No. I ain't gonna break relationship. Whatever it takes to keep the relationship, whatever happens, that's your will. Isn't that right? Whatever he took from you, you do know he gave it to you. Whatever you got, he take. It's his anyway. He told you everything is mine. That's right. When you start with EU, he was known for being one of the richest men in the land, right? Who did he say gave it to him? That's when you can stand. You know, a lot of us sit here, we think because our own ability we got what we have. In my relationship, you can run behind a person, you can kiss their ass, you can give them everything in the world. You can't make them stay. You can't make nobody do right. That got to be in your law. Everything I'm doing is him. Nobody gonna pet me up. There ought to be no, listen. We'll let y'all perform that. I'll show y'all. I want to start that room and come in and start teaching. I'm not a Christian. I don't need no devotion. I don't need nobody to beat. We can sell all them instruments we got here. I don't need that stuff. A lot of times we do it where it's part of course, protocol Alahym that we do, Zamar. But other than that, I don't need it. I I really don't. I know the folk need stuff uplifting. I try to get the folks up. I see some of you look so dead in your living. And I know why that, because your confidence in Alahym. And that's just being honest. You know, Yahusha came through. When you really look at him, though, he did like a miserable pup. He did. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that. Y'all didn't know that? Yes, he did, like a miserable pup. Definitely did. Definitely did. You know why he had to do it, right? What did he look like walking around laughing all the time and he acquainted with grief? Every time I see you, something going on with you. He had to look like that just for me and you. You know why? Because the book said that we didn't have a hot cohort that couldn't. What was that again? I know you be going through, so I don't want to keep myself too. I want to show you I go through. I feel what you're feeling. I know it's tight on you, and I want you to know I want to look like that, show you that, you know what? I know what you're feeling. Don't you know, Mr. Yahuwah sent him to do things so he'll know what you went through. You had to have somebody that understood your suffering. Hello? I think sometimes that's why we kind of disconnect ourselves at, because we feel it though, or we think it though, this man hadn't gone through nothing. But he went through something just so you would know, I know what you're feeling. Man said he came to his own relationship. Somebody related and acquainted with everything we're doing. That's something you should have made accept, shouldn't you? One of your own. This is what your law told you. If you're going to set somebody to be a malako, it had to be one of your own.
That's right.
That had to come from our king. That's why he ain't ashamed to call you our king. Hello? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all look pretty sad to me. What y'all trying to do? That's not everybody. That's not everybody's testimony. What y'all trying to do? Y'all just want to hang out? In all honesty, real time, the majority of you are not really focused on how important they're going to be to make sure your nefesh is right. That's not your bigger concern. When you start seeing that there are things that you're uncomfortable with about yourself, there are things that you see that you know you need fixing or need to be fixed, you got to address them. Because this is about yourself. That's the whole purpose of coming and getting the order. Just like you do with a mirror. He said, it's just like a man that behold his, what was it again? His natural, that natural face. That's who you are. That's who you made. Look here. And straightway he go out and forget. You know what you're dealing with. You know what you need to do in order for you to solidify your relationship. What's hindering you? What's stopping that you don't actually make that real full commitment and stop trying to use other things as an scapegoat from you doing other than what he told you? And that's to fully commit yourself. That's for everybody in here. What you gonna do when you move? I can't rehearse this over enough to y'all. Everybody in this room, everybody watching in that room, everybody watching who's gonna watch this video later is going to move. When you do, where you going? How many of y'all in here right now and in this room are good with where you at if you move right now? One man. Then there need to be some fixing. So who told you that you wasn't? Since you know you're not, who told you that you wasn't? Who told you that you wasn't going to die now? Who told you that? Who told you that you had longer than what you had than you to sit here and make sure you get everything right? When we come down and we teaching it, it's this important and imperative. Everybody really go through and examine it. Not for nobody else, for yourself. For yourself, you need to know where you at. For yourself, you need to know whether or not you will commit yourself. If anything comes or anything happens, if anything arises, will you stay consistent to the commitment? That's something you got to look at. I told y'all numerous of times how important it is for y'all to put down everything you got and list it and look at what will you give in exchange for your nefesh. You gave up everything for his relationship, for what he knew of Alahym to do. In spite of criticism, in spite of loss, in spite of self and difficulties, what will you do in order to solidify your relationship with your Creator? He told y'all to remember it in your youth for the Rasha time come. What that mean? You know I used to be young. The man had already told me what's going to happen. He said the time going to come, you're going to say, I don't have no pleasure in it anymore. There's a lot of stuff I used to enjoy doing. I don't have no pleasure in it anymore. He said, why the Shemasha not done? I mean, you ain't going to see this. I'm going to cut this stuff off from you. He's already given us the bottom for us to consider, folk, that you leaving him. And y'all guys telling me, look at y'all, that you're not good with where you at. So how many of y'all can control whether or not you get up in the morning? That's bad. Then what do we need to do? The people that came before us, they had shadows, breaks. Osra got them got them to confess one, and they got away from it. It was their marriages. When they built the pulpit of wood, they had the people to stand up and he read the Torah before. And you know what the people did? They did what? They wept. That was a sign of shame. Because you know they looked at all the stuff they hadn't done, how far they had actually gotten out, and they were convicted. What happened with us? We're not convicted. At some point, you have to be convicted enough that you turn away. Some have to cause you to say, this is a life I don't want anymore. That's the whole purpose of sitting back looking at it. How many of y'all have just gone through stuff after stuff after stuff after stuff? You know the reason why you had those series of those things happening. So hopefully eventually you'll get to the point where you'll look at, I just can't go back. I'm not going back to adultery because I can't do it. It's because I just had so much stuff that happened in my Qaeda. You just realize I just can't do it. I just had so much stuff that happened. It took so long. It seemed like it takes so long that you don't just, y'all have come in here and you mess up, repent. When you really look at where your life at, how far, you realize, I just can't. You get to the point where he said, he that is born of Alahym can. Eventually he reached that point, look at that, I just can't do that. Because of the separation, because of how he's been begotten. And I didn't realize because you have to be so sick of your past life of things you've done. Get away from so much faith you got in yourself and get to the Amanah Alahym. Real commitment. If you here, you ought to be truly committed or you ought to go. I came tonight because I was committed. I could have stayed home. I could have stayed, but I was committed. I was committed. I said, I want to get there. When I can't go, I've done all I can, and he stopped me. He stopped me, but as long as I can, I'm going to keep going. Y'all know what? Somebody looking for somebody to be an example and stop making excuses. People are sick of scandals and lies of people hypocrite and false pretend. Oh, somebody looking for somebody to be real. Just be real. Let me understand how it is to be real. Tell me the truth so I can really get it right. That's why you should be here. You here, you struggling what to do, which way to go. It don't make sense. Either you know what's right to do it or don't do it. Listen, I ain't flipping no coins on whether I'm believing today or not. I ain't gonna throw no dice up against no wall and see what number come up to serving. I know in whom I am on. I'm persuaded that he's able to keep that which I've committed against that union. I'm looking and I'm with all in me, I'm believing that this man is going to come back. He's going to judge the Aras. And it's going to be according to the Amat. I want to make sure I line up. You guys, we're going to be making some changes on some things. We're going to start transitioning over to some other things along with what we're doing. And we're going to do it because it ain't going to hurt to be right. I don't want to take no chances with nothing. He told me to walk circumspect. I'm not willing to take no risk. I'm just not willing to take no risk. Not with my device, and you don't want nobody to do it with yours. A lot of y'all guys are taking risk. I wouldn't do it. So we're doing risk management. We're going back and assessing, look at what we don't need to do and what he told us to do. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. I'm trying to get finished with y'all, let y'all go. I don't know. Come on, give me this Matthew 10:1. I know I called this before, so I get them finished up with this. Y'all don't even know why I called that, do you?
Yes, sir.
You do remember?
Yeah.
Trying to show you, he said a man is equal. 10:1. Matthew. Listen to the book.
And when he had called unto him his 12 Methodis,
What did he do?
he gave them power against unclean ruach
Yeah.
to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Who know why he did this? Huh? Don? Because of what? And it'd be equal with him. He could do the same thing. That's why you read the book. It told you about people came with palsy disease. He healed them. The daughter of Jairus, what he did to her? That's right. We raised folks up from the dead. I mean, this man did a lot of stuff. And don't you know the apostle did it? He told them greater works than they were going to do. So these were men his equals. So it was that important imperative that when we read that in the fifth, just some simple as the 55th chapter of the book of Alahym 10, it wasn't an enemy. Then I could have hit myself. What did he say? And the thing we did, he didn't even hate him. That was the thing. Listen, it wasn't even a malice intent with this man. This man just did not want to stay in his house. This man did not want to do everything that he had to do to be compliant. It wasn't because of hate. Alahym predicted, determined. And he told her, he said, but it was a man my equal. That meant that Yehuda had to be able to open the eyes of the blind. He had to be able to heal the sick and raise the dead. The only reason he told you that he did it, and listen what else he told in that 10th chapter.
Now the Shem of the 12.
Stop. These, what did he say? What is it? Did you start right when he need to stop? He gave them power over unclean ruachs, and then what happened?
To cast them out.
Yeah.
And to heal all manner of sickness.
What happened?
And all manner of disease.
Yes.
Now the
And
Shem,
verse 5. Listen.
these 12.
These who?
12.
Yehuda was in that. Yeah. Tell him what he did.
Yahusha sent forth.
Saying what?
And among them saying.
Do what?
Go not into the Darak of the Gentiles.
And what happened?
And into any city of the Samaritans.
Do what?
Enter ye not.
Listen what happened.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the Beth of Yasharal.
And what happened?
And as ye go.
As you what?
And as ye go.
What you want me to do?
Preach.
Doing what?
Saying, the Malkuth of Shamayim is at hand.
What else?
Heal the sick.
Do what?
Cleanse the lepers.
Did y'all know Yahushua cleansed 10 lepers? See, they didn't realize. Do y'all understand? For the people that had heard and had been taught and had taught it to their Benin, and their Benin had taught it to their Benin, they were going to look for this pattern that someone was going to be portrayed, and the person that was going to portray them was going to have the same ability, which meant it made sense for Yahushua to come down and being found in the fashion and the likeness of a man. As simple as it is to you, he had to make sure there was no interruption or defect. It had to work that way. He had to let it go on record that I told you, you can heal the leper, you can cleanse the sick, and you can raise the dead. Yahushua performed all of these works when he was here. So did Yehuda. I ain't worried about who betrayed him. I just believe he was betrayed. But you don't believe as the scripture has said. Because that's going to solidify what I believe. It has to line up the way he said it. 1:19, Acts of the Apostle. See, it ain't important to you if you got other things going on in your life. Disruptions. I never knew how important things were that it had to be just like he said it. Simply because this was going to solidify your relationship. You are counting on him to be accurate. So it's got to be like he said. It couldn't be somebody just betrayed. That's not what he said. Yeah, well, I hate your ass. I hope you die. That's not him. He told you, Yehuda didn't have no problem with him. He said the man didn't even hate me. That's dangerous. Let you know what people can do to you. And be just as dangerous, not hating you. Listen.
And it was known unto all the dwellers at Jerusalem, insomuch as that field is called in their proper tongue Aceldama,
What happened?
that is to say, the field of Dom. For it is written in the Sephar of Tahalim,
Do what?
let his habitation be desolate,
And what happened?
and let no Ish dwell therein.
See that? Let his habitation be, what was it?
Desolate,
And let no what?
Ish dwell therein.
That tight. Y'all got that? At 27:1, Matayahu. (27:1). Listen to the book.
When the morning was come, all the Rosh Kohanim and Zakan of the arm took counsel against Yahusha to put him to moot. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate the governor. Then Yehuda, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned,
And what happened?
repented himself,
See that? He repented himself. That's what you do when you find you're wrong. What happened?
and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the Rosh Kohanim and Zakan,
What happened?
saying, I have Qatar
I sinned. He was right. Did he lie? Honest. Listen.
in that I have betrayed the innocent Dom. And they said,
Hold what you got. Marshali 1 and 10. Make it 1 and 7. Marshali, they call it Proverbs. We want to make sure. Because people mouth be talking. 1 and 7. Let's see what the book say. Marshali 1 and 7. Listen to the book.
The Yara of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge,
See that the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge.
but fools despise wisdom.
See that? That's what happened. And you know how we understood that? When Musa had gave the people the Torah. He said that he came to see that his fear be upon him. We didn't understand that, because Marshali hadn't been written. It don't make sense. Why do I need fear? Because once you fear me, when I start to tell you stuff, then you'll believe me. Because you fear me, you'll do it. You know what I do. And that's what happened. See, for us, we don't make no sense. Teach people. You can teach people. You don't want people to be scared of you. Alahym looked at, they work better by fear. People work better by his fear. Y'all hear me? That's what happened. He said, but fools despise it. Had Adam had fear, he'd have never done it. He told y'all what he said, fools are despise it. Hello? You need fear. You need them tight, quick moments. You need things happening. You realize I can't control. It's out of my hands. It's nothing I can do. And then he come back and he put it back together and show you that's what I do. So then you don't learn to trust in yourself. He talked about curse was the man. And that's right. He made men his strength, his arm. He talked about that. It's dangerous. A lot of stuff we do. You know why we do it? Because you got too much confidence in yourself. Alahym will take it away from you. I don't want too much confidence in myself. I want just enough. My confidence, I want to be in him foremost and primary. Foremost and primary, I want him. That's how I know what I'm able to do and what not to do. That's being honest. I ain't never had that control of my life. I've never had it. Never thought I could get it. I just never. How many of y'all felt like, well, I don't know. How many of y'all now, you don't even have to raise your hand, I don't want to know y'all tell no lies. Some lied, whatever. You didn't have control of drinking or smoking or being promiscuous, and now you got it, and you know you got it, and you know he had to give it to you. How many of y'all can do that? You know? I ain't had that. I didn't have that. And she said sex, all right, we can do it right here. Listen, I was a nasty bastard. I ain't lying. Shoot, I don't say it about I was. Shoot, man, please. I was a nasty bastard. I didn't listen. My mind was so greedy towards sex. I ain't care where nothing. You look like you ain't got nothing. I don't know how you come up with that. You be at that clinic later. I was a witness. He let me see a lot of time. You ain't as smart as you think, y'all. When I tell you about getting control and discipline, that come from Alahym. I didn't get it of myself. I didn't have no discipline myself to say no. If a man told a woman no, I don't care what you said. You was a sister. You were gay. You don't tell the only one I walked away from. I told y'all about that. Now with no boy, I wasn't finna do it. That was a boy. And that one on my record. I was honest about it. That was a boy. I know, but that was a boy. Oh, that right. That was just a dog skin. What that little thing? That white boy used to go to Michael Jackson's house. Curly, Clerkin. Yeah, Home Alone. That's what she should have been. When she took her clothes off, she was home alone. I left. I got out of that, man. They were home alone. Yeah, right, yeah. I'm not finna stay that man with no boy. They didn't have YouTube, so I invented, come up now. I got to roll up out of him. Everything roll back up. It's like a scroll. Roll back up. I got to get up out of him quick. At least I'm honest. People that don't tell that, I ain't have no control. Other than that situation, otherwise, shoot, ugly either. I down there killed an ugly one time on the pillow. She was squirming too. She was strong too. She was fighting for her life trying to get him on that pillow. Round out, flaws and all that, kikiing and all. Shoot, my friend done came back. They said, you slept with that girl? I said, no. That's man, you slept. I'm something like, no. I lied that thing all the way out to. I was guilty. I just didn't have no control. I know it's funny. I'm being honest though about the fact I didn't have control. That's how I got it. I didn't have discipline. I didn't have fear. I didn't respect myself. People said that, and you could tell people stuff that's not the same until you understand that what you're committing is against yourself. I had to learn that. That's a maturity I had to get to that point. It don't just come, so I don't take that for granted. The stance I got, I'm telling you, I'm 100 with this. This thing solidified. I know I can't do it. It's got this right for me. I ain't tossing to it. Some of y'all, when you got doubt, that Satan gonna play on them doubt and them disbelief, and you gonna wind up faltering. Your mind gotta be made up. A lot of y'all be honest with y'all, your mind ain't made up. If this ain't something you want to do, listen. You don't owe nobody here nothing. First person you owe is yourself. Every decision I make, what I'm going to do, I make it for myself. Then I got y'all counting on me. Y'all counting on me not to get this thing wrong, not to go the wrong way, not to turn out the path, not to faint in the day of adversity. But I ain't looking to let you down. I ain't looking to let you down. And I ain't one of them people too much pressure. You know he was saying, don't look at me. I don't know why. When Yehukanan and Covenant went at the hour of prayer in Pilar, they said to me, look on us. I wouldn't tell you look on nobody else other than Alahym and Yahushua Mashiach and the Naba'im. Who else you look on me? Y'all ain't putting too much pressure on me, putting your company. That's how people follow you. That's a lie from the pits of Sheol. They ain't putting no pressure on me. I'm committed. I am committed to what I'm going to live and how I'm going to serve Mr. Yahuwah. Don't be sitting around there talking, that's why he's down, because people you're not putting too much on me, not about having no company in me. That's a lie. So I was praying you couldn't trust me for shit. I'd be the one, lad, please don't trust me. Take something to get yourself somewhere where you can be trusted and learn I can trust myself. I used to wonder, don't mess up. Please don't mess me up. You know it's bad. I got a reason with myself not to screw me. I got to convince me not to screw me and keep talking to me and don't have content. I'm going to let me down. I got to make sure I'm saved. When that man says save yourself, there's some restrictions. There's some things that are on me. Y'all try to put all on him. That man, you got to save yourself. Save yourself. They're good, a hard family. And all these other things. They come down to it. You can't harm nobody more than you do him. And he'll test you. What you do hard, he going to use it against you. It'll become a snare to you. That thing will pull you out there before you know it. You can't make, listen, I'm too old. I ain't got time to get pulled out nowhere. I'm trying to make it in. If I want to cut the food and look like I am, listen, the mindset some of y'all got, they're being honest. You ain't sure, you don't know. I wouldn't waste my time here. I'm sure about living right. I'm sure he exists. I'm sure it's going to be just like he said. People have done a lot of stuff from the bar, and people arguing over language. People doing a lot of stuff. Living right ain't changed. That's right. If people first get to be honest, I tell you, everything going to prove itself out. So make no mistake. These folks say what they want to. They go ahead and learn the language. But I tell you, man, this ain't going to speak me with another tongue, though.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm just sitting back. I'm waiting on. I know he's faithful. I'm gonna not what he say he gonna do.
That's right.
Y'all gotta get yourself some. Don't stop always just wanting somebody else to testimony. You need you one.
Yeah.
Don't you know that what he'll do? He said he'll do it. Now you don't know if you fainted in the way. You don't know if you faint. Yeah, so you can do it. You can faint in the way. When you get an opportunity where you can go and you can be tested, you can be used to knowing because of fear, you back off. You can't overcommit yourself. It's something here. Let me tell you what happened. I know these people because people do that. You can go just far enough. Immersion is a good start in confession. You're going to have to go further than that. You can limit how much happens to you because when you really commit yourself, you're exactly right. You're going to suffer. You're going to truly suffer. So people have set themselves already where they're in a comfortable enough place where I know I ain't saved, but I ain't what I used to be. I done changed a lot from what I used to be though. I used to be worse than that, but you still ain't where you need to be. And you set a line and a marker for yourself to where you ain't going but so far. And your growth show it. I'm telling you now, if you want to see you grow, you do what you're supposed to do, and then he going to test you, and you can see where you at. You know, when it came to Shamshun, you know the book said somebody's strength, what was it again? It wasn't what? That's right. Because you know every test they gave him, you know he could pass it. He could have limited himself like some of these people that knew, I ain't really that strong. But take you to go through something. Take some of your own people who you with to sit around and be the people that'll try to actually tie you up. You know, even with his Ashar, when Yahusha told about the one betrayed him with a kiss, you knew she'd have kissed him too. And she didn't hate him. But she still betrayed him and turned him over. Hello? Y'all think she hated him? No, she questioned him about him hating her because he told her lies. But she never told Shamshun she hated him. Yet she still wound up tying him over and giving him over to the Philistines. See, a lot of times you can put your confidence in people. The people first learn how to harp themselves. Yeah. I can't go but so far with you. That's just being honest. Ain't but so much of my Lord I get about. If your first heart ain't for him, and for I ain't but so much I got put in, because you can't do no more than what I know you're going to do, and that's what a son do. You're going to commit qatar. Ain't no use of you taking me out and putting me out here and breaking my law. Ain't no use of doing it. I know how far you're going to go. For us, what we got to start working on now is really setting ourselves to make sure our relationship is solidified. We got to make sure we're really comfortable with what we live in. Because if you ain't got no confidence in what you're being taught, it ain't going to help you. Don't y'all know part of the process of healing, even if you medicine, is that you got to believe and have confidence? Medicine alone don't work. Just like the bar alone, it don't work. There's some things you got to have that got to be mixtures that actually work, that actually spark it to make it work. And a lot of y'all, you really don't. You count on the bar to do everything for you. You got to make a decision for yourself too. How far you willing to go? We know he came down from Shamayim to the rock and even went down to Sheol. How far you willing to go? Hello? Do y'all really think about stuff like this? Or just stay norm in the mind, don't worry about it? Y'all really don't think about where you going to go? I'm not letting that operating table. I look at them lights. I said, when I go out, there's a chance I won't come back. I want to make sure I've been serving it right. I've been living right. And when the time comes to meet him, I want to meet him in Shalom. You on this side, we go over this stuff. Y'all got to get more conscious than what y'all are and really make sure you right. Y'all been here a lot of years and you been wasting time. You ain't obeying nothing. You ain't following nothing. That book told you that sinners entice thee. What is a, let me see, what is a sinner? What is sin? Qatar. Transgression of the law. What kind of laws could we possibly have? Shabbat? You don't keep the Shabbat. What you gonna try to tell me? You commit adultery. What you gonna tell me? He done told me don't even consent to you. You do things that are against what the man told you to do. You covet your neighbor's ass, ox, wife, everything the book tell you to do. And you do these things. Why am I consenting to what you say? If any come unto you and bring not this, what was that again? They teach you. What you supposed to do? Receive them not into your heart, neither bid them speed, rate of motion, performance. For he that biddeth them Alahym speed, it partake of it. I can't sign off on that wrong. I can't sign, husband or wife, I can't sign off on that wrong. I'm a partaker. 5 and 1. Who know what I want? Ask the apostle. He ain't wrong though, is he? I still got to finish this up. I'm finishing. I'm going to try to get y'all out tonight. You who are willing. He does continue to let us see the Yum of the, after the Layla. We'll see, show you how he set you up. I just don't want to get caught out here wrong. I don't know about y'all. When I move, I just want to be right. That's all I'm asking for. I just want to be right. That's it. I put in too much time. I've been here long enough. It ain't nobody's fault. If I left that, I went right. Don't blame it on nobody. Nobody's fault but mine. I'm living. I know what to do. Man, teacher, instructor, I know it don't make no sense. Keep me sure I commit no guitar. No, but it don't make no sense. We can sit around and make an excuse. You do it because you don't want to be fully committed. And some people set yourself up because of fear or keep believing you're going to fail. You intentionally fail just so you don't have to stay committed. Can't do that. I've been there before. I've seen it. I don't want you to be too overly religious. Then people look like they said to you, no earthly good. That's how it got to be with these people. We got to be committed. Y'all hear me? We got to be fully committed. There's some relationships I got to break with people because of the commitment. Don't y'all know when Mr. Hurricane brought or had an opportunity to decide what side they want to be with? Kashop or stay with our Or. I chose to come out of Kashop and come to our Or. All I ever knew was Kashop. My whole, just about majority of my life, all I've known was Kashop. Don't you know I had to separate to come out? I can't understand how the Malachim them decided to leave our Or to come to Kashop. Now, I was in Kashop, and I made my mind to come up, my love with Alahym information to come out and come to our Or. Anybody confused by that statement? When Mr. Yahuwah came, he was our Or. All the our Or spin off from him. There was some our Or that decided to leave. That's how you got saved in his Malachim. He took down a third part of the Kukabim. They decided to come down here to Kashop. I decided I'm trying to go with our Or. There's a lot of things pressing and impressing upon us to try to get us to stay here, but I'd rather be with our Or. That's just being honest. You got to make choices. I keep saying it for a reason, because y'all people not really committed. And you wondering why things not working out. Do y'all understand that second crop didn't come up? That was one of the piss poor second crops I seen. That's the last one we get for the end of the year. But you know they tell, we got something though, didn't we? Same thing he got. Ain't gonna be but a remnant. Everything didn't make it. Everybody here not gonna make it. Now, will you decide to become that part that make it? It's gonna be up to you. Ain't but a few of us here where everybody in here gonna make it. Do y'all understand what I said? Ain't but a few of us in here gonna make it. Y'all hear me? We're talking about real small few. Only a few of us ain't gonna make it. If it can't but 3 of us in here make it. Can y'all hear that number? 1, count me. 1, 2, 3. Let's say only 3 of us in here can make it. That's it. Who the 3? That's how it got to be. That's how it got to be. Hear that right? That you know something folks said, I already stop counting yourself in. If you got an ear to hear and a mind to set down the process, why can't you make it? Only thing gonna stop you there, what choices you make. What are you gonna harm more than what he told you to? What are you more committed to? Because everything you get gonna turn old, gonna go, and gonna die on you. It don't make sense to put your whole heart in nobody in nothing. Everything I got to be on him. I say it again, and you got opportunity now. If it can't but 3 make it on this entire planet living right now, who plan on being them 3? I got to be one of them. I got to. I got to. That's what I got to. That's how we got to do it. Honestly, I'm contending for it. I got to be. Whatever number he come out, he said, it can't be but 2. Well, the other one, y'all better come on. I got to be in there. Where you going to be at? I ain't come there for that man to cut me out or to tell me to depart from me. I ain't come here for that. That's where I was before I got here. I'm doing everything I can to get it in. I got to be sick. I got to be poor. Well, I got to put my mind. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff. I put myself, I don't want that stuff to be no Alahym to me. I don't want it to be no drive for me either. I don't want it to be my living. I don't want it to be my going. I want to make sure everything I got. I want to make sure me and my relationship with you is primary over everything else. I can't, whatever I keep going over there for, I'm going over it. You got to be serious with yourself. You got to be serious with yourself. What's different with you than everybody else out here? For you to be picked out of one of those 3, what will you do differently than everybody else? That's tight. I'm going to be one of the 3, but I ask you, what will you do? He asked the question. He said, what will it each give in exchange for his nefesh? He asked the question. That's for me to answer. He said, what you'll do? I'd do anything. I'd do anything. If ain't 3 get in there, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. Me and 2 more people going to do it. Y'all hear me? If it can't but 3 get in, me and 2 more people going to do it. But I'm going to have to be one of them. So y'all need to align yourself with every day, every hour. You got to really think about what you got. Who gave it to you? And he got the right to come get it when he wants. I don't want to break relationship. I want to understand. Don't you know, I have to, when I'm saying this because I want us to understand it. I had to process in my mind and get an understanding of how Alahym works. To know when he do stuff, he not just doing it. It's got to be done a particular way. Even it came down to the service when he would bring them in. If the Kohan didn't perform it that same, he kill him. It's got to be done that way. It's an order. It's a particular way he liked things to be done in order for him to mandate to say it right. He knows some people that'll do some stuff, but it won't be right. Had a man that did everything that Alahym said, and it was right. The Lord wasn't right. See, you can go through and you can do all that stuff, but see, like me coming here doing it. What if my law ain't right though? What if my giving is accurate? What if my time is showing up as accurate? All my muhadeh keeping are exactly accurate. The yari, all of them to accurate. But just that law, that thing will count me out. Because he want me to understand that order. It's an order. Because he said, I got people that'll do stuff I want them to do, and it'd be right, but that law ain't right. Their heart just ain't right. And he said, that's how you got to believe. You got to align with your law. So if I'm doing it and everything I'm doing right and my law ain't right, then this ain't complete. I don't want to take for granted just coming and doing my job or doing what I do with him. I don't want to take for granted just plowing to him and do. I want to establish a relationship. Where I'm at now, I'm looking at getting out of here. And when that time comes, I don't want to be on folks fighting and scrubbing and grabbing the ends of no bed and kicking up all that hula that I don't. When my time comes, I want to be able to go on and take my rest. When my time comes, I want to make sure I've done, like Shaul said when he gave the part, I fought a good fight. I finished my course. A lot of us, we hadn't even started. This is something you don't want to think about, but it's something you need to start thinking about. Can you say you finished your course? Hello? Let's see. Let's see what happened right here, husband and wife team. Acts Apostle 5:1. Listen to the book.
But a certain Ish named Ananias with Sapphira his Ashah sold a possession.
With some fire or sapphire?
Sapphira.
How many of y'all don't like that? Is it sapphire?
You tell me.
Then go ahead and read it. You gotta be ready for anything. Go ahead.
And kept back part of the price, his Ashah being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
Go ahead.
But Cuff said, Ananias, why hath Satan filled thine lob to lie to the Ruach HaKodesh,
What happened?
and to keep back part of the price of the land, whilst it remained?
Was it who?
Was it not thine own?
He said, what is your own? What has happened?
And after it was sold,
And after you sold it,
was it not in thine own power?
see that? He said, your own ability to do what? Go ahead.
Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine lob?
Listen.
Thou hast not lied unto Anashim,
But to who?
to Alahym.
Listen.
And Ananias, hearing these dabarim, fell down and gave up the Ruach, and great Yara came on all them that heard these things.
See that? People start looking at it. People start becoming afraid. He used this man, and people sat here and saw him being exposed like that. And they sat here, and people started fearing. You know why people would fear too? I started to do that. I thought about it. I said, shoot, man, what are you going to do with money? All I know these jokers take my money, run out here, do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? What all he going to do with money? Why you think that people had fear? Because a lot of them people think about what they would have thought about doing, what they started to do. They started looking at, it could have been me. Listen.
And the young Anashim arose, wound him up, and carried him out, and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours after, when his Ashah, not knowing what was done, came in. And Cuff answered unto her, Tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, Yea, for so much.
What happened?
Then Cuff said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together?
Hold on, you did what now?
How is it that ye have agreed together?
To do what?
Tempt the Ruach of the Adon.
But the husband is the head of the wife. So the wife do have some say. She do have some ability. She don't have to agree to stuff. Because you know, it says, the wife supposed to follow the husband. Because it don't make sense for him to go here and question her when all she was doing what her husband told her to do. He asking her about her agreeing, her going along with. Listen.
How is it that ye have agreed together?
He should have told her, really obeyed the book, because the husband is the head of the wife. See, a lot of stuff we try to put off on people. He let her know you had made up your own mind to do this. You didn't have to do this. You agree with these people. A lot of y'all here be doing stuff. You can't be going along with everything. This stuff in their book. Whatsoever things are written for a time, written for our what? That we through patience cover of the scripture? Let's see what happened.
To tempt the Ruach of the Adon. Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband
what?
are at the door.
With the check?
And shall carry thee out.
And gonna carry you and give you a ride to the bank to cash it?
And shall carry thee out.
And what happened?
Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the Ruach.
Listen.
And the young Anashim came in, and found her moot, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband.
Listen what happened.
And great fear came.
And great what?
Fear
came where?
Upon all the Adah, and upon many as heard these things.
I wonder why they would fear that. Because folk would have started realizing that it's about you. You can fool around and agree to something, attack to something, and you wind up dying with them.
That's right.
Why you think them people, why were they fearing? Because none of them people didn't have no spouses. Them people were fearing, they looking at, I can say here them sign off on your shit, and you wind up getting me killed. That book, I know what, listen, I tell you, a lot of stuff these folks try to push out, a lot of these people, I just felt a lot of things, we got a lot of interruption and disruption inside this book, because I don't get that. How in the world did a woman get killed if she did what the book said she obeyed her husband? That man saying, look, that when you folks set you up to do something contrary to what he said, you ain't got no business doing it.
That's right.
Let's get it right quick there, Marshall Lee. Finish that up 1-7. They think I forgot what I wanted. Now I try to get y'all wound on up. Well, Mr. Yahuwah put you somewhere you can't make it back. I had Meeks about it, man. I remember how Mr. Yahuwah came down. We rode down there to see Meeks then one. Man, he was in bad shape. They called me and told me he had to write him a check or he had put in 20-something toilet. I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, I guess I'm going to write him a check and they're going to make it feel bad. He wasn't going to be the cashier, though. I wasn't going to put my government name on it. I just want to get him, I want to get him better. I gave him a check. It wasn't going to be my government name. They're going to send it back. So, yeah, I remember seeing him. He was in some kind of bad shape, too. How many of y'all remember that? Man, Meeks like to been out the door, man. They had him in a nursing home and everything. He couldn't live by himself. He had to go live with his sister. Man, Mr. Yahuwah done brought that man back. That man drove down here last week. He said, I drove down by myself. He realized, folks, y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all play around here a lot. That man will put you, that man take that, he wasn't going to make it back. When them folks take you to a nursing home, how many folks y'all don't come out of the nursing home? You don't come out of the nursing home. When they put you there, you wrapped up. Your family don't want to see you no more. Your ass come out, they going to think you a ghostess. Folks put you in the nursing home, that's to stay there. That man, Mr. Yahuwah come got that man the nurse. That man, listen, he thought he had no leg. Mr. Yahuwah let him get a mind. The man thought he had no leg. He said, Pat, I can't walk. He said, my leg's gone. I said, what? He said, oh, there, go ahead and came back. I said, I mean, just the fact that Mr. Yahuwah let you in your mind believe your leg's gone there, that just show y'all play around. That man got a whole lot more control than what you thinking. He'll let you keep going, and you'll keep going, That man leave you out there. You can't make it back. I tell you, some folk gone. They can't make it back. They ain't gonna make it back. Man, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. A lot of folk gone. They won't never see their way. It won't happen. It's too late in the evening now. It's too tight. You can put yourself in a situation where you just too far down. That's like me. If I walk out here leaving here, and look at me trying to look at coming back, I know too much. What am I going out here and do and come back in here and try to get? Y'all bring the mic up here. I want to tell the congregation something. Right? Find that nigga hand and foot and cast him out of him. If folk had the fear we supposed to have when that man was stoning folk and cutting, you know they were supposed to, all that stuff would have teach them fear. That's what you just found a husband and wife die right there. Don't you know them folk was scared? Them folks start looking, you know they tell them, you won't take me with you. I guarantee you that. What you think the word went out and told them folks? Ananias and Sapphira, you know them two together. And you said, I know the book about the woman part of that man said he confronted her about that. How is it that you consented together with them? I be telling folks, y'all got these folks out here, you can't be consent with no son. Man said, if sinners in turn, you can't consent with nobody commit no qatar.
That's right.
I done told y'all, listen, I don't have any time to tell you that. I don't know why. Stuff ain't right. Let me tell you something. I can't be looking about the dead eyes. I can't be looking at, I just get too angry. I just can't do it. I just don't want to sign off on and make you think it's all right. Last stuff, I don't want you to think it's all right. I don't want nobody to think it's all right. I want you to know what I do. Listen, I tell you before my baby, y'all think I want to harm my baby girl? When I seen that damn hair down her head from one of that thing on my camera, I couldn't see her face. And I seen some green there like that. I said her night, don't come back. Because I don't want you thinking, I want her to rub and hug her dad and feel like dad all right with that. I'm not all right with it. I'm not all right with it. Right. Now, my Basar, I want to see my baby girl. Yeah. Hello? Yes, that's my baby girl. That Ruah said, man, I can't consent. I don't want you to think dad is so happy to see me. It don't matter. He don't care about none of that stuff. That means I done turn away from Alahym. Alahym got a problem with it. I got a problem with it. Right. Y'all sitting white folk, these folks in the street on Shabbat, this the Torah. So what you doing? You're drinking, you're lying, you're cheating, you're adultery, you're lusting. You're cutting, you're backbiting, mumbling and grumbling. No, you won't take me with you. You won't take me. That's how I won't burn down the hill with me in it. Your ass finna be out there somewhere. Listen, you fine, believe what you want to believe. You just can't do it with me. Right. I'm serious. Well, I can't. You think I ain't finna go fight a white beat. I'm gonna be hurt, really hurt. She don't do it. You can't take me with you. I'm not gonna sign off on it. I ain't gonna co-sign on it. I got Yara on me. I'm not finna go along with that junk. That man said, Satan entered in your law. I don't know if Satan know about the law. What gonna make you speak against me? The spirit of Alahym? What gonna make you go different than what the book say? The spirit of Alahym? I ain't never say. I ain't gonna sign this shit you talking about.
That's right.
I ain't saw no stuff. What I got you? What? Let me get to. He got me going do what he say and got you doing something different. We not together. That don't make sense. How that work? It got me getting up going, got me getting up yarn, got me getting up dressing, and you looking like a damn fool. That don't even make sense. These two different rods working. That's why he confronted her. How did you sit here and allow yourself to consent to this? But it had to happen that way. You know what happened though? Some other people got right from it. Some of y'all gonna be testimony why other folk gonna get right. When they see what happened to you and you get took down, some other folk gonna. Y'all know the whole moral of that story wasn't about them more than it was about folk got right, though.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all do know folk got right. That's the moral of the story. Folk got right behind them. Come on, Freddie, so I can get out of here. Marshall Lee, they call Proverbs 1 and 7, so I try to get y'all finished here. Get hard, no Smitty want to look at me. Because now, you know, I take my clothes off real slow. She was sitting there. Yeah, that's bad, boy. Folks, yeah, you can't get sick and well, folks be just watch you. I had to go in the closet, somebody looking at it, can I get a hanger? I'll throw you one, send you one in the mail, anything. Please just let me. It's rough on me. Right. Listen to the book. 1 and 7, Mashallah. Listen.
The Yara of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge.
So what happened? So when them people all started yarring, what were they getting? Listen.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
So now you want to ask yourself what side you on. Listen.
My Ben, Shama, the instruction of thy Abba.
And do what?
And forsake not the Torah of thy aim.
Where you get that from? Oh, you just got it from your Torah. Now he told you you're supposed to obey your Abba and your Abba and your aim. That was the first Amal with Shabbat, I promise. That it might be well with you. And that you might carry longer on your rise. So everything he telling them to do would line up for an Abba and an aim that was obeying. Because then they will produce a child, which will put us right back to propagate, parent root. Only reason he's telling them to obey them because there will be a parent root. This way you stem from. You stem from law keepers, people that follow the Torah. So I'm telling you, if they tell you something, that's what you're supposed to do. Folks ain't did what I told them to do. How you committed and making agreements with them? These are transgressions. Rebuke not a zakan, but do what to him? I know I reached zakan. They told Yahusha, they told he wasn't even 50 years old. That was age even becoming a zakan. Now you supposed to sit here and you supposed to honor me, zakan. You supposed to sit here, you supposed to group just like a Abba. Huh? That's the first one he gave you with promise. So it be well with you. Things ain't gonna never be right with you. You didn't even obey. In the book talk, they have not all obeyed. All right, listen to the book.
For they shall be an ornament of Khan unto thy head,
Yes.
and chains about thy neck.
Yes.
My Ben, if sinners entice thee,
If who?
consent thou not.
See that? He said sinners and tight, they consent thou not. Listen, I know y'all forgot about it. Don't worry about it. Listen.
If they say,
Do what?
come with us,
Do what?
let us lay wait for Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Let us lurk privately for the innocent
Yeah.
without cause.
Yes.
Let us swallow them up alive as the kubar, and whole as those that go down into the pit.
Yeah.
We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our beth with spoil.
That's good. Look at that 27th chapter again, book of Matthew. They call Matthew. 27:1. Listen to the book.
When the morning was come, all the Rosh Kohanim and the Zakan of the arm took counsel against Yahusha to put him to moot.
What happened?
And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Yehuda, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself.
You saw he did? He saw he was condemned. He repented himself. And what happened?
And brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the Rosh Kohanim and Zakan, saying, I have katah.
You did what now?
I have katah,
What did you do, boy?
in that I have betrayed the innocent dom.
I'm just confused. I don't know where that go. Where exactly did he get that from? At the 27th chapter of the book of Matthew, 26th chapter of the book of Matthew. Jump around about verse 11. Matthew 26:11. Listen to the book.
For ye have the poor always with you,
Yeah.
but me ye have not always.
So what happened?
For in that she hath poured this ointment on my basar, she did it for my burial.
What happened?
Verily I say unto you,
Truly I say unto you,
wherefore this debar shall be preached in the whole Aratz.
wherever this going to be taught in the whole of Rise,
There shall also this, that this Ashah hath done, be told for a memorial of her.
for a Zakar, a Zakar. Listen,
Then one of the 12, called Yehuda Iscariot, went unto the Rosh Kohanim,
what happened?
and said unto them,
What did he say?
What will you give me, and I will deliver him unto you?
What happened?
And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
And what happened?
And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him.
That's why he was at tell what he told you in 27th chapter book of Matthew. He said, I committed Qatar and that I betrayed innocent blood. That's what Marshall Lee told him not to do. He told y'all he was condemned. You know what happened when you're condemned? Can't be repaired. He would tell y'all he couldn't be saved. See, it's dangerous that people sit around and you can let that man walk you off and put you off in a situation because you sit and you linger and you procrastinate and you start to love these things more than being a harp of Alahym, and these things will draw you off. The book told you that. When he said they were concerned about that, the book told you later, said he didn't care nothing about the poor. He said because he a harp that money. That a harp he had for that money made him betray this man. And when them sinners came to entice him, he was going to consent. And you know the book told him not to, and the man told he was condemned. Y'all do know that man couldn't get back, right? Come on, finish that 27th chapter. Let's hear a little bit more of that before I finish that Acts of Apostles chapter 1. I don't blame y'all too. I'll go to sleep too. Because one day when you open your eyes, you're going to be in the judgment. When you get shouted by that man, you better be right. All I'm trying to do is make sure everybody here real clear on where you need to be. When you move and you leave him, make sure you know what you need to know. Because your life is going to depend on it. Listen.
Saying, I have katah, and that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, what is that to us?
That's how niggas is now. Guess what? That's how your spouses, that's how your mama, your daddy, your cousin. Oh, when your ass gets stuck out there, they keep it just like it is. It ain't my ass. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And you be stuck, you out there on stuck. Here it is, this man done got convicted. He want to come back. He want to try to make it right. And here you are, these the Kohan, and they'll be saying, well, let me get a gift according to the law, offer it up. But you know what they're saying, they knew it. They knew the law. You can't be saved. That's bad, because when you get down to the Kohanim, they going to say and tell you, you can't listen. They ain't even trying to offer you nothing. This is the man that can go into the second temple. They can go behind the curtain. And the man that offered that rhyme, you already know you can't be saved. These folks will lead you out here, and your family members and other people you know that will get you, and they know you ain't going to be saved. They'll set you up and put you out here, and they'll come right back. Look, what they got to do with them. You may around and lose your in the fight, fooling with somebody, and somebody will wind up getting it in. You hear them say they couldn't be saved, or did it? They said, they ain't got nothing to do with us. Let's see how they work. Listen.
See thou to that.
You said, let us help you. The Kohan tell you to see to it, you take care of that? The Kohan drug you out there? Listen to the book.
And he cast down the pieces of silver.
You see that? He throwed it down. What happened?
in the Mashkan,
In the Mashkan. And what happened?
and departed, and went and hanged himself.
Listen.
And the Rosh Kohanim took the silver pieces and said,
And put in their pocket and what now?
it is not lawful
Shit, this money here, man, I'm finna come up, man. I got all my money back. It is not lawful for what?
for to put them into the treasury,
So what happened?
but it is the price of dawn.
See that bad. People lead you, set you out of there, and they ain't stupid as you. We can't put that in here. That's bad money. You know what these folks do? They take gallon money, whole money, everything. I try to tell them folks, I can't take everything. A lot of stuff, dumb attached to it. Leave it where, a lot of stuff y'all do, you don't realize. I have to take a stand for a lot of stuff that y'all don't know. These folks, so we can go ahead and lottery, we can go do it. I can't let y'all lottery. You ain't responsible enough. You don't sit out here and get yourself off, and your hope gonna be in them tickets in numbers. Your hope don't need to be in the number you need to be sitting in is the one called get right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I lose these folks on no lottery. I know I lose them. You got here, you on lottery, yeah, well, your company, listen, when you scratch it, you're anticipating with hope. This it. That's the unknown, and your hope is in this stuff, and you put your money to it. I'm going to put mine in Alahym. I got a strategy. I done told a strategy. It's not hard to actually win a lot if you know what you're doing. A lot of y'all here, that's where your hope at. My hope ain't with no world. There's a lot of stuff. I'm just not interested. I don't want to get caught up behind that. I'm already waiting for something behind the veil, and I know what it is. Once I scratch it, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get another. Once I get that, once I get one, I'm investing and go get another. And then I'm start trying something, investing like business and doing something, get out there, and that man going to mess around and lose you on the flash. Like y'all not strong enough for a lot of stuff. That's why everything, it ain't just because it's sin, it just don't profit us. Shaul said that. He said all things are lawful. He said all things not expedient. A lot of stuff not expedient. I give him here, they'll do it anyway. They'll say, well, y'all heard him. He said it ain't Qatar. But I have told you what is Qatar. What's Qatar? He told you to obey them that had a rule over you and submit yourself. Because they watch for your nafash, and they that must give an account. That they might do it with joy and not with grief. But that is unprofitable for you. Your spouses don't watch over your nafash. That's my job. That's bad. Y'all let these people make a fool out y'all. I'm watching over your nafash. I'm lining this stuff up with the book. I don't know how you're going to go no other way. How's it going to work? It can't work out because Mr. Yahuwah only got one way. A highway should be there in a what? How many? One, they're going to be called Kodash. Oh, he told them, you stand and see. It's out there. Better ask for the ancient. You better ask for the one that been here and what the folk been making on. I ain't trying to look for nothing new.
That's right.
Y'all won't go to, listen, y'all will not go to Sheol for playing no lottery. I will not teach that. No, you ain't gonna go no Sheol for playing no lottery. You don't go to Sheol because you ain't obeyed what I told you.
That's right.
I try to keep y'all away from it. Don't go throwing your money at that shit. Let them keep that old tired shit. We want to get it. The same folk done locked folks up in prison their ass and folk died in here. Got these records messed up. Now your ass ready to run out here for free. That pissed me off more than anything.
That's right.
Now you gonna stand. How many folks ran doing numbers, sneaking around and stuff, and now your ass just go run right in the gas station. Cause you don't even think about folks how they made a fool out you. It is so my intelligence. Sit here now, I'm gonna start writing this shit, and the store get part, and I get part, and then the state give it, and the school get part. That's how they make them feel good about themselves. I'm helping the schools. It's about the kids. Take that same money, put it in like Alahym said. He said, I'll multiply. You don't trust that lottery.
That's right.
Prove me and I'll pour you out. He said, they ain't gonna do that. Scratch. Ass must be itching. It just pissed me off the fact that how many people been in prison and died behind gambling. People died behind it. And now the folk come in and get it and it's all right. Because the white man tell you it's all right. White man for years, you were kicked out of church that caught you gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Don't y'all know you were condemned to hell that these folks said for gambling?
Oh, yeah.
How many of y'all remember stuff like you make, man, them folks put you out the church. All of a sudden now, the church is playing. Because it's for the schools. It show you, these people, they're not consistent. I teach y'all how to make our own way. I ain't got time to play with these people. I know a lot of folk do what they do. You know what I'm talking about? That's the broad way.
Yep.
And why you follow them anyway, you probably coming the narrow way.
That's right.
That few that be that even find it.
That's right.
Y'all follow me. Y'all see me going to the lottery, you going there with me. I'm going to wait somebody get and rob their ass.
That's right.
So you shouldn't have been playing.
Yep.
They thought some guy come get his lineman hat on a whole suit and mask. That shit don't get him finna follow your ass when you leave him. Shouldn't have been playing. Isn't that right? Hell, the government gonna rob them anyway. Folks get it, they lose their family. That's what you got. That's when you got something wrong with it. You never hear no real good story about these folks. We got a lady come by a car, gonna buy a car from us. She about her daughter hit the lottery 2 times. She done hit before, and they still ain't got the money to buy the car. How the hell you done hit the lottery for $500,000? They hit again. All I needed wasn't $500,000. When that shit come in, I got that thing right up here. Don't have no credit for conscience sake. No credit for conscience sake. I bet that just teach that shit gonna fall and just throw it up one time on. You don't have to overextend it. Grab me, I'm gonna get you one too, right there. Not just put that little product just to right now. I ain't gonna do the whole head, just up to right here. I don't want nobody going and tell no lie. He said he gonna get mad at. I did not say that. I'm gonna just meet you up in here and get you a little. Yeah, look. Who else want one? So I put you on the list, Chris. Who else want one? Who else want one? Hold on, Ray. You don't have to be growing. That's just selfish. I'm not. No. That's selfish. Other people need it. That man. How many of y'all that just selfish? The man have going. Where you want? You blocking other people. That man shadow blocking hell. Now, y'all mess around, but I'm going to get mine. I talked to them folks on the phone. They said, I said, how much? They said, well, you need to come in. I said, listen, lady, I ain't got no time to ride it up. I ride up there. We can come on. I'm pulling no shit. I know how to get you that trick and get you feeling good. And you know, committed the more you do. I said, I'm going to need to know something before I get it. Give me some ranges.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, how long it take?
That's right.
I want to know where it's coming. I don't want nothing come off no ass either. It be me. What that? How they blame that on that chicken? I don't know where it come from too. Hey, let's go with that chicken in there. I tell you, I get mine. I want to know where it come from too. And mine gonna be pretty. It's gonna be wet. I ain't gonna be lying. You think I'm gonna? Shit, get me that shit out. Shit crunch up hard like this. No, like you have been a drop no turd. No, I'm gonna have mine gonna be right. I'll be silky, wavy, curly, you know right? Mine be right when I get mine. I'm gonna get mine though. I'm just working. How many of y'all gonna be offended if I go get it? Listen, I ain't gonna be able to help everybody. It be all right. I'm gonna get mine though. I ain't gonna worry about it. I just let them folks, man, now I used to say if I had hair, I go bald, that's what else. Shit, man. I was a Christian when I said that, man. I said so much stuff when I was a Christian, I don't know what I was talking about. You know, man, I was so high, I was like smoking my. I was high. I'm gonna get mine back. Y'all to see. Just keep watching. You'll see it. Oh, you want yours? They're gonna be tight right now. Cause yours gotta be kind of light, don't it? Your hair ain't really black, is it? Kind of light color hair a little bit. Been about 30 years since you've seen it. Hard to really kind of brown. Been a long time. I gotta try to. I probably get you like something down the middle. Just get his in section. Get you like a cornrow or something. You did have a cornrow too, then? That man might have too. Them cornrows. How many of y'all bald head used to plait your hair? Your hair used to get plaited. Hold on for a minute. Just used to plait your hair. This man said his hair used to be plaited, Leon. Test it. That man had white cornrows. But no, that wasn't mine. I had plaited, because mine would have still been there, but it'll be back. Y'all just keep watching. Come on, finish up what we got.
And they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in.
Who? Shankers?
Strangers.
I guarantee it ain't me. Somebody, who heard what I heard? That Shanker. So he tried to throw it out like I'm the one mishearing stuff. Go ahead. And they took the money and bought a field where Shankers for strangers.
And they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in.
That's good right now. That's good. Pick me up back at Acts of Apostles chapter 1. What, verse 17, 18, man, you all right?
20.
At verse 20, let's see what happens. 1 and 20. Listen to the book.
For it is written in the Sephar of Alahym, let his habitation be desolate, and let no Ish dwell therein, and his bishopric let another take.
How that was going to work? Huh? He gonna have to fall. What gonna happen? He gonna have to die, huh? The light fell on Matthias. How that gonna work? What he just told y'all? Seriously? Ordained? Can I just see? No. What happened? Help out with that. It told you about his the land had. Don't let nobody dwell in it. The only way to do that was for them to buy and just bury strangers in it. Dead people. Nobody lived there in the grave. Dead people lived there. Pay attention to what he told you. Listen to it again at verse 20. Yeah, let's listen to what he's saying. Listen.
For it is written in the Sephar of Tahalim.
That do what?
Let his habitation.
Let his who?
His habitation.
Do what?
Be desolate.
How you gonna do that? And listen what else he told you.
And let no Ish dwell therein.
So the only way to do that is to make it a graveyard. I mean, it ain't that hard. I know we went to a place to try to work, and see, it came into condemnation. He set a lot of things up to make this happen. A lot of things had to be put together to make it happen. Make this man go and put himself in a situation that he couldn't recover from. This man was condemned. He told you he was condemned. He said, in the fact that I betrayed innocent blood, because he realized the book condemned him. I was told not to do that. You know how dangerous it is that you guys are being told not to do stuff and you're doing it, and you're going to put yourself in a state of condemnation? This man had to tell you, I can't be saved. And when he tried to go and give him the money, all he was doing fulfilling scriptures. Yahuwah had already asked him, what were they going to give him? He said, 30 pieces of silver, a goodly price. He said, cast it to the potter. And when Yahuwah came back to give it, they were like, we weren't taking it. He threw it and cast it over to the potter. Scripture being fulfilled. At your habitation, don't let no man dwell in it. Huh? And your estate, your position, let another one take it. Set up for Matthias. This man, listen what he told us in the same book.
Wherefore of these Anashim, which have companied with us all the time that the Adon Yahusha went in and out among us, beginning from the immerse of Yahukanan unto that same Yom that he was taken up from us, must one be ordained to be a witness with us of his resurrection. And they appointed two Yahusuf called Barsabas, who was surnamed Justice, and Matthias. And they Palau and said, Thou, Yahuwah, which knowest the lob of all Anashim.
See that? That's what we look at. That's how he could know when a man was sitting around and he was keeping the Torah, but his law wasn't right. That's how he could know it. Or shine through and show where your law at. That's why they asked Yahuwah to show it to him. Because it's some thing Alahym see you can't see. You know where they got that from? From Shemuel, when he went down to anoint the Benim of Yashu. He said, don't look on him because of his stature. I have refused him. He said, I don't look at men as you do. He said, you look on the outside, I look on the inward parts. That's how they were able to make this. See, it looked like they was in the spirit, huh? You could be in it too if you start paying attention, start following the book. Everything they just told you, it makes sense how it happened. How is he going to get a place that no man was going to live in it? How can you control a place that nobody going to live in it? Make it a graveyard. That's how smart he is. Simple. These folks going around trying to find a place where Yehuda lived. They so stupid, they going to go and look at where he actually lived. And then find somebody that ain't disbelieve Mr. Yahuwah. He wasn't talking about it. He was talking about the field that the man purchased. They turned it into a graveyard. Because the scripture had to be fulfilled. Who else could set something, design it where you can understand it and it's still right? How you going to keep people from living in the land? How? Unless you made it a graveyard. The living don't live there, the dead. When they intended to use it to buy a field, a graveyard, you think they knew they were fulfilling scripture? You can't resist his will. That's why I'm trying to get us to an understanding that when we hear, we want to make sure we understand, so we make sure we comply. That's how you know when something you're doing wrong and when you're doing right, just like Yehuda. But you don't want to put yourself in a state that when you find out you're wrong, you're in one of them states where you can't get back from it. While we're on this side and we got opportunity, this is going to be our best time to make sure we got it right. Whatever you ain't been doing, it's time to put that aside. Say, lay it aside. That's a weight to you. Y'all got me? It's certain things that go with a person that's dead. When they got Lazarus up, you saw how he brought him out and he was good with it. What he told him to do, Danny? Got to take him off. So what I used to use when I was a Kamin Qatar, it's not going to be good to have it. Because he looked at everything that he was equipped and addressed with. That's what had you, and that was fitting for where you were going. But if you're going to be among us the living, you have to lay it aside. That's why when Yahushua came out, he didn't bring that stuff out with him. That's for the grave. That's for people that lodge in the grave. I'm with the living, Kai. So you got to start looking at relationships you have, things you do. Is it conducive to the grave or is it conducive to people that's living? That's good.